the time.
Well, there's the one that, maybe if you're the goaltender, if you're the pitcher of record when they break, the home run, you don't want that.
Right.
But, I think for Spencer Knight, he's another guy. He's 23 years of age. I mean, this is an incredible opportunity for him to have a great game and, shut down Ovechkin and say, boy, I did my job. That, so there's a lot of underlying themes that are part of this game. But I think the important thing is you just, there's some speculation. Ovechkin's got one more year in his deal. He'll be 40 years of age, and he's always said he wants to go back and play in his hometown in the KHL before he retires completely from the game of hockey. If he breaks the record, which he's going to do it this year, unless something, knock on wood, bad happens to him, I don't want to have that happen. And if they have a great run in the playoffs, he might just say, I'm done. I just don't have it in me. I'm just going to stay back in Russia and play there. So there's all kinds of speculation that's going on. But, these fans here in Washington, they know that they've had an opportunity over Ovechkin's career to see something special. And now to get it to this point, it's incredible. So all these guys are in the building. They want to see history being made tonight. And again, I think it's really important for the Hawks, if they don't want it to happen tonight, to get off to a really good start. Keep the crowd out of it. If Ovechkin scores early in this game, this place is going to be rocking. So you want to get off to a good start and make sure that you try and keep that out of the equation.
All right, last one for you. I've been on record this entire time saying I think it would be, I wouldn't want the goal to come on an empty netter, but I've kind of changed my tune on that, because I imagine the anticipation if he's one goal away, and everyone in the building would stand up if Ovechkin hits the ice and there's an empty net opportunity. So I wouldn't be opposed if it happened like that. I know it wouldn't be ideal, but it would be a build-up.
And I'm going to go against you on this one,
okay?
Because apparently Ovechkin here in the last little while has not tried to shoot a puck into the empty net, but they haven't had that opportunity the last few games because they haven't been playing well, and it just hasn't happened. We've had this conversation. We had it last night. We had it today. Does Ovechkin want to score the record-breaking goal into an empty net? And there's been a lot of talk about him scoring these empty net goals this season. And, throughout his career, he's got more goals, empty net goals, than any player in the history of the NHL. Do you want that last goal to be, or the breaking goal, the record-breaking goal?
Right.
You want to score that into an empty net? I don't know if he does want that. If he's on the ice, he's probably going to try and set up his team. I don't know. But
I think if it's at home, though, Troy.
But if we get to that scenario, and that it's his last opportunity, he might go for it. But it wouldn't also surprise me if he deferred to another player to score the goal into an empty net.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I'm just thinking, especially at home, if the opposing team, if the goaltender darts to the bench, everyone in the building would stand up and wait for 8 to get on the ice and take their phones out. And I think there would be something cool about that too. But I agree with you overall.
And that's the thing, is like, put your phones away. And for anybody who's listening out there, it drives me crazy that I watch a golf tournament and, you see Rory McIlroy, or when Tiger Woods was there, everybody just takes out their phone. Enjoy the moment.
Yeah, watch it in your own eyes.
You're gonna see it. You can do it. You can get it anywhere. Watch it on YouTube. Whatever it is. Enjoy the moment. Don't be sitting there looking at your phone. Just absorb it. Enjoy the moment that's in front of you.
I'm right there with you, Troy. Enjoy the moment tonight. Have a great call with John.
Yeah, I'm charging my phone right now.
All right. That's going to do it for the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show. John and Troy have the call coming up next from Capital One Arena. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago. WGN.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks. From big goals to bigger hits, FanDuel gives you the chance to cash in on it all. Because right now, new customers who bet $5 get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So download the app and score big all season long with FanDuel, an official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're coming home with a trunk full of groceries and it's raining hard. You pull into your driveway, hit the garage door remote, and nothing happens. Now what?
Green Tea Services, service to a green tea.
Hi, it's Chonya Khoury from my family business, Green Tea Services. Right now, we have a garage door maintenance special. Our trained technicians come out and adjust the springs, check the cables, inspect the rollers, tighten hinges, and give your door and opener a complete lubrication. All for just $47.
Service to a green tea.
Garage doors fail when you least expect it. Don't get stuck in or out of your garage. Call for our $47 garage door maintenance special. Call Green Tea now for details. 800-5-GREEN-TEA.
Green Tea Services, service to a green tea. 800-5-GREEN-TEA.
800-5-GREEN-TEA or greenteaservices.com.
At Wintrust, our approach is to let Southside fans show off their Southside pride anytime, anywhere. With the White Sox debit card from Wintrust Community Banks, you're not just swiping, you're making a statement.
It's like a megaphone for your wallet.
Broadcasting your Sox pride with every transaction. Open a White Sox checking account and receive a $300 bonus with qualifying activities. Visit wintrust.com/Sox today. Wintrust. Different approach, better results. Only $100 required to open. No monthly minimum balance and no monthly maintenance fees. Member FDIC.
Lindholm Roofing has appointments available now to provide you a complete roofing, siding, gutter, and tuck pointing inspection. Call 773-283-7675 or lindholmroofing.com.
Blackhawks hockey.
Galloping in behind the net. Shot from Nazar. He scores! There's Bedard from the slot. Shoots. He scores! Slider hustling to a loose puck in front of the Panther net back. And he scores! Del Mastro shoots. He scores! Ethan Del Mastro's first National Hockey League goal.
It's hockey time. Chicago Blackhawks hockey starts now. Welcome the Chicago Blackhawks radio broadcast team. Troy Murray and John Whiteman.
The Chicago Blackhawks look to avoid infamy tonight when they hit the ice here in Washington for a matchup with the Capitals, one that could become a permanent part of NHL history. Alex Ovechkin is only 3 markers away from breaking the NHL's all-time goal-scoring record, and the Hawks simply don't want to be that team, the one that surrenders the record-breaking tally. Instead, the Hawks' plan is to sweep the season series with the Capitals and shut down the Grade 8 in the process. Hi again, everyone. John Whiteman along with Troy Murray. We're here at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., where tonight the Blackhawks will engage the Washington Capitals. And the story of the NHL by far is Alex Ovechkin's pursuit of the goal-scoring record. Wayne Gretzky, the guy that holds the record, is here in the building, along with pretty much a who's who of National Hockey League figures. Gary Bettman here, Bill Daly, you know the list. And with a hat trick tonight, Ovechkin will pass Wayne Gretzky for the all-time goal-scoring lead. Now, Ovechkin has scored 33 hat tricks in his NHL career. One of them has come against the Chicago Blackhawks. It happened back a couple seasons ago when he picked up goals 800, 801, and 802 to pass Gordie Howe. But here tonight in D.C., in front of a packed audience, Ovechkin is going to try and set the record. And Troy, I know this sense of anticipation that's followed the Capitals around, but now the Blackhawks can be all-consuming. So we have to keep our focus on doing our job, but at the same time, make sure we give our due to the Grade 8 if he scores that goal. Kind of an obligation if you think about it.
Well, make sure that you got the call down and ready to go in case it gets to that point.
Yeah.
Again, like I was talking to Charlie, it's going to happen. And it's going to happen against some team. And
they went way back when they, looked at the projecting point of when he could possibly break the record. And there was a lot of fingers being pointed at this date. And now we're here, and he's 3 goals away from breaking the record of Wayne Gretzky. So, again, just appreciate the moment here. And I think he's earned the opportunity to have that call, even though it's a visiting player, to really understand the moment, the magnitude of where this game could be. I know you don't want to lose the game. You want to build up and point things in the right direction here to finish off the season. But this is kind of a unique game, and if it happens, it happens. Enjoy the moment. Understand greatness is on the ice, and just you move on to the next game. Pittsburgh comes Sunday, so it is what it is. If it happens tonight, great. I think we're all excited that that we could witness something very special. Hate to have it happen the game after when we had the opportunity to see it. I don't want to say that I'm hoping for Ovechkin to get 3 goals, but it also would be pretty cool to be a part of that, and this place would be going crazy.
Yeah, it really will. Let me paint the picture for the listeners, if I may. Right now going on at ice level is an honorarium by the Capitals organization of their 2018 Stanley Cup final Stanley Cup winning team, if you will. And some members that played on that team are back here in Washington being shown appreciation by this overflow crowd. And there's so much red in this building, it's almost blinding. The red sweaters that the Capitals use with their home when they are playing on home ice. I mean, everywhere in this building you turn, you see red. And one of the things that kind of stands out to me, in a corner down to our right, just near the top of the first level, there's a number that reads 892, and that's where Ovechkin is right now. He's at 892 goals. If you look at his career, if you go online and you check the websites, you can see he scored against every team. He scored 15 goals against the Blackhawks, 15 assists in 25 games, and one hat trick of the 33 that he scored in his NHL career. But the ceremony going on down on ice level is to honor that team that won the 2018 Cup, of which Alexander Ovechkin was a part. So kind of a big night for the Capitals anyway. But if Ovechkin ends up with the record tonight, Troy, this would be probably not the most unforgettable night in franchise history, but at least on home ice, the most unforgettable night in franchise history.
Yeah, I mean, this is something special, and they get 5 members from the 14 Stanley Cup team down there on the ice, and 50 years for the Washington Capitals in existence. If you think of it, the Blackhawks next year will be celebrating their centennial season, right? 100 years in the NHL. That is pretty special. But tonight here, you get a special puck drop coming up here. You got Ovechkin and the Blackhawks captain, Nick Foligno.
What an honor for Nick Foligno to be a part of this, huh?
And he understands.
Sure
he gets this moment of what's going on here. Some of the younger players, I hope they do understand. But all 5 pucks were dropped, and Ovi and Nick Foligno sharing, giving the pucks to the 5 representatives from that Stanley Cup team.
And by the way, Ovechkin just asked Nick Foligno to distribute a couple of the pucks to Ovechkin's old teammates. Hockey people just get it. Well, we're here to talk about Blackhawks hockey too, folks. It's not all about the Washington Capitals and Ovechkin. I know you Blackhawk fans don't want to hear that much more about the Capitals than you've already heard. We're here to talk about Chicago Blackhawks hockey, and we're going to get right now to a couple sponsored segments. Who's Going to Deliver, sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning. Electric heat pumps for a better environment inside and out. Visit getacomfyhome.com. I'm going to go with Ilya Mikheyev. He seems to have the hot hand of late. He scored the first of his 3 shorthanded goals against this Capital team. Keys for the game, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Troy's got the keys.
Well, thanks, John. The first key is be ready. Washington Capitals have not been playing well as of late. You expect them to get off to a good start. Expect a heavy game is the second key. This is a big physical heavy team, plays the game the right way. And the third key is the Ovi watch. Make sure you know when he's on the ice.
All right, quickly, Troy, who are you banking on? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank, celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
Well, I'm going to go with Nazar. He's just had so many opportunities, and I think tonight is going to be the night that he finally pops one of these in.
All right, thank you for that, Troy. Well, now we'll send it down to ice level, and we'll pick up our anthem singers. Star Spangled Banner, forthcoming, Hawks fans. Please enjoy our national anthem, and then the puck drop, the Hawks and the Capitals.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Nice rendition of our Star-Spangled Banner. Well, the red carpets will be rolled back so that they can store them for future use, and that future might be later at some point in this game when the commissioner comes out, if the commissioner comes out, and that's if Alexander Ovechkin can score the record-breaking goal. Let's get to the starting lineups. They're sponsored by Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council. Strong alone, unstoppable together. For the Washington Capitals, it's going to be Charlie Lindgren in goal in his career against the Blackhawks. He's 3-1-1 with one shutout. And at defense for the Caps are going to be Jacob Chychrun and Trevor Van Riemsdyk, one of 4 former Blackhawk players playing for this Capitals team. Up front, I'm going to go right to left tonight. Right wing is Tom Wilson, centering the Capitals opening line. Dylan Strome, and starting at the left wing is the grade 8. And for the Blackhawks, it's going to be Spencer Knight in goal. Spencer Knight against the Capitals in his career 1-1-0. At defense are Sam Rinzel and Alex Vlasic. And up front from left to right, Patrick Maroon gets to start left wing. Centering the Hawks opening line, Joe Veleno. And, of course, rounding out the starting lineups is Nick Foligno, Hawk captain. Referees this evening are Ben Halkitis and John McIsaac, handling the line C.J. Murray and Devin Berg. And we're underway in D.C. Rinzel to center ice will fire the puck down the left side glass and down behind the Capital net into the near corner. Veleno's got it to Foligno left corner. Put the puck to the left point to Kevin Korchinski. Winds it down behind the Capital net. Big Patrick Maroon is there. Here's Maroon rolling away from a check from Strome. Set it out to the right point, Connor Murphy. Now to Korchinski left point to Veleno high slot. Send it down toward the net. Kick save made by Lindgren. He had company there in Patrick Maroon right in his kitchen. Maroon winds the puck behind the net. Foligno to Connor Murphy right point. Sends it deep slot now. Connor Bedard to Nick Foligno, top of the right circle to Bedard now in the left wing corner. Now to Ilya Mikheyev at the left point. He'll hand it there to Bedard. Cuts through the high slot and then fires. And Lindgren down with a butterfly save will hold the puck. And the whistle will stop play. Some good pressure by the Blackhawks there in that first minute and a half. No score in the game. Faceoff stays in the Capital zone.
The Hawks won the opening faceoff. They got the puck into the offensive zone. It only came out once, so that's exactly where you want to have Ovi play in this game, is in his own end of the ice. Not quite as dangerous from 200 feet away as he is from about 20 feet away.
Yeah, true that.
That's just my opinion.
I would share that opinion for sure.
Yeah, so great first shift. Follow it up here with Bedard's line on the ice now.
Ryan Leonard at center ice, former Boston College product, playing only his 3rd NHL game. Lost the handle on the puck. Ilya Mikheyev will track it into the right wing corner, Capital zone. And then Artyom Levchinov pokes it free. Ryan Donato in the slot, put it over, and a shot from Bedard from the left circle. Kick out by Lindgren. Some early chances here by the Hawks. The Caps seem a little bit nervous right now. Back inside the Capital zone, Rasmus Sandin. Passing up the right wing side, John Carlson at center ice to Ryan Leonard over the Hawk blue line. Firing for the right circle, kicked out by Spencer Knight. Teuvo Teravainen whips the puck ahead. Connor Bedard into the Capital zone to Teravainen high slot. He drops it there to Tyler Bertuzzi. He'll weave to the right point, put it down the boards. Teravainen turns and fires from a tough angle, and Lindgren, paying attention, got down and made a pad save, and then gloves the puck off the rebound and holds on to it there. You get a whistle stopping play. Leonard, the Capital player I just mentioned a little while ago, was a teammate of both Oliver Moore and Sam Renzel on the 2024 World Junior Championship team.
Yeah, all reviews in tonight's game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, with more nationally ranked specialties than any other hospital in Illinois. By U.S. News and World Report, the teams at Northwestern Medicine offer second opinions for the toughest conditions.
Now former Hawk Taylor Radish turns the puck over center ice in front of the benches. Vlasic spins it down. Here's Nazar, right circle. The Vlasic high slot. Pumps one down off the inboards. It bounces out. Lindgren has lost his goal stick behind the Capital net. Martin Farivari, the near corner, will wind the puck up the left wing side to center ice. Taken back into the Capital zone by Nazar. Down the right wing, cuts to the net and fires, and a pad save is made. And Nazar got it back to Teravainen in the slot. He jams one toward the net, but it was blocked in front by Lars Eller. Eller then loses the puck along the far boards Capital zone. Took it back. Passes to Farivari in front of the net. He'll wind a pass up the left wing side. Andrew Mangiapane sticks it down to the left wing corner Hawk zone. Connor Murphy takes a bump, but shoves the puck behind the net over to Kevin Korchinski, who then takes Nick Dowd down. No penalty call. Capitals hold the zone. Chychrun at the left point. He sidesteps Teravainen, backing up to the high slot. He'll fire. That hit traffic in front. Alamore grabs the puck, and he'll race out to center ice. Here's Moore to the Capital line. Took it across, takes on all five Capitals. Moore now from the right half boards, drops the puck back, but Levshunov was late getting to the Capital blue line, and this puck will slide to center ice. Levshunov now down between the circles, Hawk zone. Lead pass up the right wing, Moore center ice. He'll stick it down the boards into the Capital zone. Puck circles the net to the far side corner. And Trevor Van Riemsdyk, the former Hawk defenseman, outnumbered by Moore and one other Hawk player, that's Philip Kurashev. But the Caps get the puck back and clear their end. Nick Dowd to center ice up the right wing. Passing it across the rink. Brandon Duhaime down the left wing side. Hawk zone will wind a shot over the net, around the glass, and up into the protected netting and out of play. So a whistle stopping play with 16:16 left in period number one. Scoreless here in our nation's capital.
Yeah, for every Blackhawks goal, Marquette Bank is donating $80 to a local charity to celebrate 80 years of neighborhood banking and giving back to the community. Nazar with another great opportunity. Just uses his speed to get around the defenseman. Then Ryan Lingwood Charlie Lingwood, I should say, had lost his stick. So it was a real smart play by Nazar to throw it along the ice to the far side there.
Dylan Strome behind the net, put it in front of Ovechkin, shoots and scores! That's number 893. He's only one goal away from tying Wayne Gretzky for the all-time record. 1-0 Capitals on Ovechkin's 40th goal in the season. And former Hawk Dylan Strome has accounted for the assist on half of them. This building erupts.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Hawks did not want to have happen. And if you're the Washington Capitals, you can hear the excitement in this building. Everybody out of their seats right now. Standing ovation for Ovechkin. 893rd career goal. They just switched it over in the corner. The mascot changes the 2 to a 3. Ovechkin down low, just backs away from Sam Renzel off the far post and in.
Well, for Ovechkin, that's the 13th time in his great career that he scored 40 or more goals. And as I said, give the assist to Dylan Strome. 1-0 Washington as we rejoin the play.
It is going to get exciting. That's what I said. An early goal by Ovechkin certainly could make the difference in this game. And the Hawks have had some really good shifts, but that one opportunity, back of the net.
Connor Bedard carrying out of the Hawk zone up the right wing to center ice. Will drop the puck into the right wing corner and down beside the Capital net. Ryan Donato hustles in. Put it back into the high slot. The puck deflects off a Capital stick and down ice. And so line changes for both sides as Kevin Korchinski settles the puck down in behind the Hawk net. Korchinski stepping out the left wing side. Bank pass up the left wing for Bertuzzi. A stick was tied up, and the puck slides down behind the Capital net again. Lindgren places it over into the far corner. Matt Roy of the Caps played it back in behind the net into the near corner. Nazar around on the near side. Caught a high stick from Lars Eller. No penalty called. Murphy from the right point. Put the puck to the right wing corner. Bertuzzi there. Bertuzzi tried to push it back up the boards. And he's intercepted by Matt Roy, who takes the puck away and clears to center ice. And the puck deflects up over the glass and out of play. We get a whistle stopping play. Down to 14:46 left in period number 1. 1-0 Caps.
All of tonight's Blackhawks insurance goals are sponsored by GetCoveredIllinois.gov. Find out if you qualify for a special enrollment period through the ACA Marketplace. The Washington Capitals 29-6-3 on the season when scoring the first goal. That was basically the only shift that the Hawks have had in their own end of the ice. Otherwise, the Hawks have put a lot of pressure on here in the first 5+ minutes. Certainly the better team, the better chances.
They've won more faceoffs than the Caps as well, 60% off the draw. Wyatt Kaiser firing from the left point. That goes wide to the Capital net. Back into the Hawk zone now. Oliver Moore settling the puck down for Kaiser. He'll pass up the left wing at center ice to Landon Slaggert, who deflects the puck into the Capital zone, but the Caps take it back. Chychrun to center ice on the left wing. Passing across the rink in front of the benches to Van Riemsdyk. He'll drive the puck down the boards into the Hawk zone to the near corner. Artyom Levchinov tried to clear it out. Nick Dowd's got the puck now for the Caps instead. Right point. Put it over left point. Duhaime to the deep slot. Van Riemsdyk to Chychrun right point. Back to Van Riemsdyk. A one-timer. Blocked in front of the net. Puck ends up in behind the net. Duhaime wrestles off of a check there, but then is taken into the inboards by Kaiser. Dowd flings the puck around to the left point. Van Riemsdyk there. Down to Dowd. Left wing boards. He put it to the slot. And a snapshot came in from Connor McMichael. That was turned out of there. Follow-up shot by Chychrun didn't convert. Here's Slaggert the other way to center ice. That's the puck down the right side boards and in behind the Capital net. Lindgren stopping it back there for Sandin. Moves a pass up the left wing. Strome at center ice and across the Hawk line. Strome weaving through the high slot over to the right point. Will stop. Put it to the left point. Now Sandin. Long wrist shot deflected on goal by Tom Wilson. Checked out of there by Spencer Knight. And now Nick Foligno along the left boards. Put the puck behind the Hawk net. Alex Vlasic will drive it around up the right wing side. Joe Valeno center ice. Center rink wide. Foligno over the Capital line. Left wing side to Renzel. He'll fire from the left circle. That's off the blocker of Lindgren. Loose puck in front. Foligno drops it beside the net. Now to Maroon. Out to Renzel. Left point. Moves it top of the right circle. Vlasic guides it toward the net. It goes through the crease and wide. And now Renzel to a loose puck in front of the benches at center ice. Took it away from Tom Wilson, but the Caps end up taking it back. Ovechkin steps into the Hawk zone left point. Hands the puck down to Sandin along the left board. Tried to return it to Ovechkin. Picked off instead by Renzel. He'll stick it off the right side boards and down. And icing's going to be called here to the Hawks. So this is not the situation the Hawks wanted to be in, especially with Ovechkin just stepping out onto the ice.
I think Ovechkin's going back onto the bench right now. He was out there for an extended shift.
Now the draw will be in the circle to Knight's right. Dubois facing off with Joe Valeno. Dubois very good on draws, but Valeno beats him on this one. Vlasic with the puck behind the net. Passing up the left wing, Donato to Renzel, Hawk blue line. Steps ahead to center ice and floats one down the left wing boards deep into the Capital zone. And Matt Roy will take it ahead of Connor Bedard. And then he'll pass it ahead for Dubois, who shot the puck down into the Hawk zone. Kevin Korchinski back to get it. Passing up the left side of Bedard. Try to slap pass across the rink. The puck deflects instead down behind the Hawk net, and Korchinski's got it there. He'll outlet to Donato. And a pass on the right wing. Mikheyev over the Capital line. Fights through a check from Faravari. But Faravari took the puck away and sent it behind the net to the near side board to Alexei Protas. He's in a career season for the Caps. He lifts the puck down ice into the Hawk end. And Korchinski swings it ahead now. Ryan Donato over the Capital line, left wing side. Drops it over to the right wing boards, intended for Bedard. Donato had to get to the puck. Pokes it behind the net to Bertuzzi to Bedard. Fed it up the slot. Levchinov there. Turning away. Moves it to the line. And Kaiser tried to deke the puck away from Lars Eller. Eller reached out with a poke check, knocking the puck into the Hawk zone. And now Kaiser will pass it on the left wing. Nazar over the Capital line. Drops the puck off. Cleared to center ice by Mangiapane of the Caps. Kaiser got it back at the Hawk blue line. Passing on the right wing side to Teravainen to Bertuzzi over the Capital line to the right wing corner. Out to Kaiser right point. Whips it down to Bertuzzi on the half boards. He tried to stroke it down behind the net. This deflects instead to center ice in front of the benches. And Andrew Mangiapane, ex of the Calgary Flames there, spins the puck ahead into the Hawk zone. Kaiser let it go behind the net. Taylor Radish and he bump. Radish spins it around. Roy, right point, or Carlson, right point to Sandin, left point. He flings it to the high slot. And then Dubois will stick the puck to the inboards. Lars Eller behind the net in his second stint with the Caps. Came over in a trade with Pittsburgh earlier in the season. He flips the puck to the left wing corner. Carlson there to Radish, right point, firing a shot. And a blocker save made by Knight. And the puck deflects up into the protective netting. All right, 1-0 Caps, courtesy of Ovi's 40th on the season. 10:43 left in period number 1 here in D.C. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, it's Chris Chelios. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave. With no fake colorings or flavors, our verified additive-free Blanco, Reposado, and Anejo are so smooth, it's criminal. Our unique oxygenation process delivers a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. So pick up a bottle today at any of the 4 Sal's Beverage World locations. For events, cocktails, and more, visit elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito, baby.
Got an older wreck car taking up space in your driveway or garage? Get cash in a flash from Global Auto Recycling and Repair. They'll take that unwanted car off your hands today. Family owned and operated, Global Auto has been serving Chicagoland for over 60 years, and they'll give you cash in a flash to take away that old junk car, even if it's no longer running. Call 847-608-4700 for Global Auto Recycling and Repair and get cash in a flash.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, with our biggest sale ever. Furnaces from $39 a month. Furnace and air conditioning combos from $59 a month, plus 72 months interest-free financing and up to a $4,000 system rebate. Four Seasons guaranteed to beat any competitor's price by up to $1,000 guaranteed. So call today for your free in-home estimate and same-day installation.
For all the right reasons, call it 664 Seasons.
Hey, this is Chris Chelios. Let's get back to Hawks hockey. Here's the boys.
Blackhawk fans, next season marks 100 years of hockey in Chicago. Full and half season ticket plans are on sale right now. Experience the rivalries, the celebrations, and the unforgettable moments that will define this milestone season. You don't want to miss this. Secure your seat today at blackhawks.com/membership. John Lydham and Troy Murray here in Washington on the Ovi watch. Well, he's one closer. 893 career goals, his 40th of the season to get the game rolling here. 1-0 Washington. One short of tying Wayne Gretzky.
Yep.
Two short of breaking the all-time record for goals in the history of an NHL.
And Ovi's out there right now, circle to the left of Knight. The draw ensues, and the Hawks get it. Vlasic will wind it out of the circle of the near boards to Rinzel. He clears the puck ahead. Patrick Maroon at center ice, who chops it down to the right wing corner in the Capital zone. Foligno in to finish his check on Carlson, who moves the puck out. Ovechkin's got it, top of the near circle. In an outlet pass to center ice for Carlson, who trips one of the Hawks. That's Foligno. And now Foligno trying to
lost his blade.
Yeah, he hobbles to the Hawks bench because of the blade Troy told you about there. Rinzel, meanwhile, dumping the puck down the right boards in behind the Caps net.
Boy, how many blades have we seen pop out here in the last little while? It's been incredible.
It's been epidemic. Now at the Hawk line, Korchinski poke checks the puck away, but not out. Ovechkin firing from the left point. That shot blocked by Donato. Head to Maroon at center ice to Korchinski over the Capital line on the left wing. He'll stop and flip it down the boards behind the net into the right wing corner. Ryan Donato's got the puck there, but ridden off of it with a check from Farivari. The Capitals take it back. Carlson behind his net. Passes up the left wing side. Tom Wilson, Capital line, where he's given a bump by Bedard, but shot the puck into the Hawk zone. The Hawks will take it back. Korchinski left wing side to center ice. Little handoff ahead now to Donato. Deflects it into the right wing corner. Caps in, racing in to get it Mikheyev, who then lost the handle on the puck behind the net. And Roy will stick it ahead. Dubois to Protas over the Hawk line. Down the left wing. Moving in. Flips it in front. Loose puck in the crease. Look out. Ryan Leonard shot it just wide. He was looking for his first NHL goal. Leonard got it back in the right circle and tosses into the crease. This deflects away. Now Leonard along the left sideboard. Put it over right circle. Protas fed it in front for Dubois. Great defensive play there made by Levshunov to poke it out of there. And Mikheyev will flip the puck down ice into the Capital zone. Hawks go for a line change.
Good opportunities there for the Washington Capitals. A turnover, though, right now inside the Caps into the ice.
Bertuzzi bats it behind the net into the near corner. Chychrun there, the son of Jeff Chychrun, will move it out up the right wing side. Brandon Duhaime there for the Caps. Will skate the puck out to center ice. Duhaime, ex of the Minnesota Wild, put it in over the Hawk line down the left wing. Oh, and Leonard hit hard by Murphy as he was reaching for the puck. Hawks get it back. Teravainen along the far boards. Outlets to Murphy at center ice. His next point will be a career high. He got it to Bertuzzi over the Capital line, right point. Bertuzzi now lost the puck on the blue line and then took it back. Bertuzzi down to the right wing half boards. The Teravainen right point. Moves it to the left point. Vlasic to Murphy, left wing corner. He'll take the puck in behind the net, stopping there, and tried to center. This is poked away by Duhaime, and then Duhaime takes a chop from Bertuzzi. That could have been a penalty, none given. And the Capitals clear their end as it's pushed to center ice by Van Riemsdyk, taken back by Murphy, and he'll clear down in behind the Capital net. Lindgren, the goalkeeper, sweeps it around to center ice, and Landon Slaggert slaps the puck back into the Capital zone, putting the Hawks offside. Still 1-0 Capitals, 7:49 left in period number 1 here in D.C. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago news on WGN. Current, local, agenda-free. WGN.
Hi, it's Lou Manfredini. Chicago's weather changes as often as line changes in a hockey game. Beat Chicago's weather extremes with new fiberglass windows from the Gilkey Window Company. Gilkey is Chicago's only family-owned, direct-to-consumer manufacturer who make, in my opinion, the best fiberglass windows and patio doors, independently verified as one of the most energy-efficient windows in America. For beautiful windows ready for any weather, choose fiberglass or choose vinyl. Just be sure to choose Gilkey. Go to Gilkey.com.
At Hyundai, peace of mind comes from quality you can count on. That's why Hyundai vehicles offer advanced safety features to help you stay safer on the road, which led to Hyundai having 9 2024 IIHS top safety picks this year. Peace of mind. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson. Offers end April 30th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
For decades, Chicagoland has trusted one name to keep their cars looking great, Maaco. And now, for a limited time, get 30% off paint to make your ride shine like new. Need financing? No problem. 0% for 12 months available. See store for details. So call, stop in, or log on to Maaco.com. That's MAACO to find a location near you. Maaco, America's body shop. Better get Maaco.
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
As a thank you for the incredible support this season from the best fans in hockey, enjoy an additional 25% off sale items now through April 12th at Blackhawks stores and online at cbhshop.com. Don't miss out on this end of the season savings. Sale ends April 12th. Well, the great one in the building.
Yeah.
In one of the suites here at Capital One Arena. Wayne Gretzky, along with the commissioner, flew in this afternoon to partake in this game.
Mr. Bettman, and
all kinds of excitement going around in this chase to be great.
As the Hawks fans in their local watering holes, shot and beer places, if you will, would say, all the mucky mucks are here. The Hawks get the puck off the draw. Rinzel at the Capital Blue line tried to lift it down toward the net. Nick Dowd gloves it, drops it to a stick behind the net. Put the puck over to the far side to Carlson, and he'll lift it through the air down into the Hawk zone. Rinzel with a smart play will now take it between the circles and backhand the puck to center ice to Donato, who slaps it back into the Hawk zone, and Sam Rinzel will carry to center ice. Rinzel over the Capital line down the right wing, stopping against the half boards. Surveys his options, put it behind the net. Donato feeds a pass up the slot. Dowd picks it off for Washington. He'll move it ahead to Ovechkin, then to Sandin, who sent the puck down the left sideboards and in behind the Hawk net. He's eliminated off the puck with a check from Kevin Korchinski as Renzel winds it up the right wing side to center ice. This is off of Teravainen's stick to that of Ovechkin. To Strome over the Hawk line. To Ovechkin down the left wing. Puck on the backhand. Fed it up the slot. Picked off by Sam Nazar. And he'll lift the bouncing puck down ice into the Capital zone. Back to get it Matt Roy between the circles. The pass up the left wing. Dylan Strome. Moves it across to Martin Farivari. Then back to Roy. Caps line left wing. He'll now turn to center ice and wave it ahead for Ovechkin at the Hawk blue line, who dumps it diagonally right wing corner Hawk zone. Kaiser plays the carom off the boards. Ahead to Teravainen. He'll scoop it ahead on the right wing to Nazar, breaking in over the Capital line down the right wing. He was tripped and no penalty called. He continued to play. Bertuzzi to Nazar back in the net. Leaving it there. Schlager handling it for Bertuzzi. Shoots, he scores! Great work by that line with Bertuzzi on the finish. Knocks it into the top shelf past Lindgren. And the Hawks have now tied it at 1. Nazar setting up Schlager, who set up Bertuzzi with a goal mouth feed. And Bertuzzi buried it into the top shelf. 1-1 is the score.
And this whole play started with Nazar using his speed to get the puck down the right wing side there, get around the Caps defenseman, and then just some really good hard work in the corner by Nazar and Slaggert. Slaggert does a nice little job feeding one across the top of the crease area. Bertuzzi beats Farivari out from behind the net. And he just hammers that one up into the top corner for Bertuzzi. That is 21 on the season. Hawks and Caps tied at 1.
Troy, do you have the time?
Oh, yeah. Why not? Time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
I got to come up with a new line. That's getting old. You have the time. You have the time. Our fans are probably going, come on, Weideman, come up with something else. I'll work on it, folks. Back at the Capital blue line, former Hawk Trevor Van Riemsdyk to the puck. He'll back up between the circles in his end and fire a pass ahead for Eller. Deflects it into the Hawk zone. Mangiapane left circle centers the puck. Broken up by Kaiser, who outlets the center ice to Kurashev. Hands it off to Slaggert, then to Moore over the Capital line on the right wing. He centers the puck, picked off by TVR. Over to Chikrin, then ahead to Mangiapane through center ice over the Hawk blue line on the left wing. Mangiapane turning at the point, drops it off for Dubois. Down the left wing side to the corner, shot it through the crease and wide. Carlson reclaims the puck along the right board. Now Ovechkin fires from the left circle on the one-timer, and that hit the side of the Hawk net. Maroon scooping the puck up the right wing to Foligno center ice. To Valeno down the right wing into the Capital zone. From the half boards, he centers the puck. This is picked off by Protas to the Caps. Head to Sandin over the Hawk line left wing. To Leonard left circle, delays, and then fans on a shot. And Renzel reaching in, poke checks it away anyway. But then Protas took it back, put it in front to Leonard. He shoots, and Spencer Knight is down with a butterfly save. Gloves the puck and holds it. And a whistle, no further play. 4:43 left in the first here in D.C. This time we're tied at 1 as we take a break. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
What if you could restore blood flow to someone's failing lungs in a matter of seconds? Our patient Mike had hard-to-reach blood clots deep in his lungs that were putting his heart under major duress, causing it to fail too. He could hardly climb a few steps. But thanks to a procedure pioneered by the Northwestern Memorial Hospital Interventional Cardiology Team, we cleared the clots with a minimally invasive procedure.
Anchored by the top heart and vascular program in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report, only Northwestern Medicine had the solution to save Mike. Tiny balloons were used to gently open the delicate vessels and restore blood flow. Northwestern Memorial Hospital was the first in Illinois to master this breakthrough method.
As Mike's nurse, I'm proud to have been a part of his journey from oxygen tank to breathing like a kid again.
Northwestern Medicine. What makes us better, makes you better.
Marquette Bank has been Chicagoland's neighborhood bank for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. Marquette Bank is here to help you build savings, buy a home, plan for retirement. Marquette Bank is here to help you achieve your financial goals. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
Hey Hawks fans, this is Jason Dickinson. Let's get back to John and Troy on 720 WGN.
Blackhawks hockey is back at the United Center this Sunday, facing off against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Puck drops at 5 p.m. Only a couple more home games this season. Don't miss the action. Get your tickets now at blackhawks.com/tickets. For the Blackhawks, including this one, 7 games to go in the regular season. And kind of a weird scheduling. 6 of those games, including here against the Capitals, are against the Eastern Conference. A lot of times you finish within games within your division because they're meaningful and you want to have that. But for whatever reason, the Hawks are going to finish off their schedule with 6 of the 7 games they play to finish off the season against the opposite conference.
Yeah, including this one here tonight. But what a big one this one could turn out to be. As we said earlier, in case you just joined us, Ovechkin scored early in the game at the 3:52 mark. And that was his 893rd NHL goal. He's 1 goal shy of tying the record held by Wayne Gretzky. Inside the Capital zone, behind the net, Ryan Donato, the puck to Bedard, right circle. He'll snap a shot that deflects up and out of play. And so a whistle stops play, and they'll keep the face-off inside the Capital zone.
And that face-off will be the Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric face-off for all the right reasons, called 866 Four Seasons. This Washington Capitals team, I really like them. They're a well-coached team.
Yeah.
They're a big, heavy team. They've got size down the middle. Pierre-Luc Dubois, who kind of fizzled in different markets. Columbus, Winnipeg, L.A. Didn't seem happy in any of those places, wanted to be moved. And he seems like he's found a home here. He is 6'4", 220, and when he's on his game, he's really good. Then you got Dylan Strome, who's really rounded out as an all-around player. Lars Eller, real good defensive player, good in the face-off circles. And Nick Dowd, 13 goals on the season, centering the fourth line. So good depth down the middle, experience on the back end, good goaltending.
Yeah, could go a long way.
Yeah, and they're going to be a hard out here in the Eastern Conference.
As you mentioned, with their success, they're in line to try and win that President's Trophy. Right now, trailing Winnipeg by 3 points, but they got a game in hand and a little bit of season left to get it done. We'll see.
Yeah, and if I'm their head coach Spencer Carberry, I'm saying, hey guys, let's focus on getting as many points as we can, home ice in the playoffs all the way through. If you win the President's Trophy.
Hawks control, and here's a shot from Levshinoff from the high slot. Blocker save made by Lindgren, who, by the way, is a right-handed catching goaltender, Troy, FYI.
Well, we'll keep an eye on those loose pucks around the crease.
Yeah. Here's McMichael into the Hawks zone, firing for the left point, blocked in front nicely by Wyatt Kaiser. He banks a pass up the right side to center ice, picked off by McMichael, Hawk blue line. Moving down toward the slot, he'll send the puck over to Nick Dowd along the right side boards. Dowd moves it around, and it ends up in the high slot. Carlson fires, and that goes wide. And behind the Hawk net, Wyatt Kaiser to the puck. He's in no hurry. The teams are in line changes right now. Kaiser holding it back behind the Hawk net. 3:18 left in period number 1 here in Washington. Hawks and Capitals tied at 1. Kaiser then spins the puck over to Artyom Levshinoff, who flings it up the left wing side. This deflects down behind the Capital net. Lindgren will steer it around up the near side to Ovechkin to Tom Wilson at center ice. Crossing the Hawk blue line. Wilson down to the right wing corner. Takes a pass from Roy. Roy then to the right point, firing one toward the Hawk net. Stopped in front by Connor Murphy. Head to Nazar, breaking into the Capital zone. Drops it at the left point. And Vlasic fires, and that hit Bertuzzi in front, I believe. Vlasic now has to track back to center ice to the loose puck. Back to the Hawk blue line. Sent it ahead for Nazar, now in front of the Capital bench. Taylor Radish, former Hawk, lifts his stick and drops the puck back into the Capital zone. Caps completing a line change. Roy between the circles to Lars Eller, Hawk line. Spins it over the line on the left wing side to Mangiapane. He'll drop it in the high slot. Checker to Van Riemsdyk, top of the right circle. He guns one toward the Hawk net. This deflects off the end boards and wide. Swagger to center ice up the right wing. Tried to fight through a check from Chikrin, could not, but he drops the puck back to Connor Murphy, who swings the puck to the Capital line. Van Riemsdyk made a pass now ahead to Eller into the Hawk zone right point. He tried to center the puck, picked off by Oliver Moore, and he'll chop it down ice into the Capital zone, then get off on a change. 1:53 left in period number 1 here in D.C. Chikrin with the puck behind the Capital net. Passing up the right wing side. And here's Van Riemsdyk hustling into the Hawk zone down the boards. He's checked off the puck nicely by Wyatt Kaiser. We get a whistle stopping play, and what do we have?
Well, Joe Veleno went down there, and I don't know if the official picked this up or not. High sticking call, I think, coming up here to the Washington Capitals. As Joe Veleno goes down, coming into the zone. When we get a look at it, it's the youngster Ryan Leonard who makes contact with Veleno. Let's go down and get the call on the ice from John McIsaac.
Penalty number 9, 2 minutes high sticking.
And that's Ryan Leonard. So the Hawks will take to the Citgo power play. The Capitals have not been great of late on their penalty kill. Troy, look, checking out the replay, and what do you think?
Well, there's no high stick there.
I was going to say, I didn't see one either.
Yeah, Joe Veleno and Spencer Carberry is all in the face of the referee, and why not? You know, they're showing it on the Jumbotron here, and the stick of Ryan Leonard does not come anywhere near the face of Joe Veleno, but Joe Veleno's face made contact with Ryan Leonard's right shoulder. And I can see in real time that it looked like his stick was up and maybe made contact there, and they all got together to talk about it. But they got the call wrong on that one, but it's a break for the Blackhawks, who have kind of struggled on the Citgo power play. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go.
Now, the Hawks have not scored a road power play in their last 5 games. 0 for 11. They control the puck off the draw, however. Teuvo Teravainen along the right side boards. Gave the puck in the right wing corner. Donato. Back to Teravainen on the half boards. And he's bothered by Nick Dowd, a Culver Academy product, who took the puck away, hands it between the circles, Capital zone to Carlson, and he'll clear it all the way down.
Now, one of the problems for the Hawks is they just haven't been in sync in their entries. Levshinov's coming up the ice here, and he'll drop it back to Bedard, but they got to get set up in there. And then when they get set up, they got to move the puck around. They get pinched off on the wall too much a little bit.
Now Bedard snaps it behind the Capital net up the far side. This rolls off the stick of Protas onto that of Tom Wilson. He's into the Hawk zone, down to the right wing corner, then chips the puck behind the net up the near side. Bedard trying to fight off a check from Protas. No mean feat there. Protas 6'6" and about 235, and he's having a career season as well. That's center ice now. Nazar takes a handoff and cuts in over the Capital line. Drops it at the right point. Bertuzzi swings it down behind the net. Left wing corner Bedard to Bertuzzi, deep slot to Levshinoff, left point. To Nazar, right point. Nazar checked down to the ice by Duhaime, but spins it down behind the net. Donato moves the puck left wing corner. Bedard winds it out to the left point. Levshinoff there. Moves back into the high slot. Gave it to Bedard. Top of the left circle. Then to the high slot. Here's Bedard doing a 180 and then lost the puck over the blue line to center ice. He'll gather it in now. 10 seconds for the period. Nazar into the Capital zone. Tried to spin it across on the left wing side. Picked off by the Caps. Here's Wilson down the right side. Hawk zone firing a shot. And Knight is down with a butterfly save as the horn sounds, ending play here in period number 1. So the Blackhawks will open up play in the second period with 21 seconds of power play time to work with, I should say. Shots on goal. Wow. Now, I'm taking it off the board for right now, folks. I'll have to inform you. Unless you can see it someplace, Troy. I don't see it anywhere.
Right,
oh, yeah, there.
Right
10 to 9 in favor of the Hawks.
Yeah, you can barely see it, but it's there. 10 to 9 in favor of the Hawks.
But 1-1 the score. And for my money, the Blackhawks have played a pretty effective hockey game here tonight. I like that early sequence in the first 2 minutes where they contained the Capitals in their end of the ice, forcing several whistles.
Yeah, it was the first shot on goal, the Ovechkin goal. I think it was.
I believe
for
it was,
Washington. Yeah. I mean, it was all Chicago to start, and then all of a sudden Ovechkin scores and his place erupts. But that was a real solid period. You know, the young guys are still learning, and they're going to have some rough patches there. I thought Levshinoff, you know, kind of lost his check a couple times in his own end of the ice. Just tends to drift away from plays. But, you know, Kevin Dean and the coaching staff, they'll work with him on that. They'll show him the video and talk about what he saw there, what was going through his mind, and what, you know, kind of the video dictates where maybe he should have been. But overall good pace to it. With all these young guys in here, again, the pace, the Nazar, speed. It was why the Blackhawks ended up scoring their goal was because of the speed that he put down the right wing side to get the puck in deep. So, some good things happening right now. And, if you're the Washington Capitals, you're in a hockey game right now where Ovechkin's got that one goal, and sometimes the focus gets away from the team game and goes on to the individual. And I think Washington kind of made some mistakes there. It just doesn't seem like they're quite in sync the way that they need to be right now. But that was a real good period by the Hawks.
And as far as the younger players the youngest of the young players on the team, the most inexperienced players of the young players, let's just say Sam Renzel and Oliver Moore, they didn't seem overwhelmed at all by the moment and the magnitude of what might be going on here tonight.
No, they were good. And, you throw those guys into the mix of the other 11 that are 23 years of age or younger, and you look who factored in on the goal. Bertuzzi, he's the veteran guy at 20 or 30 years of age, and then Slaggert and Nazar picking up the assist. I mean, you got to look at the big picture when you're doing this. And you can't break down one period and say, oh, this is bad, this is whatever. You got to see the big picture of this is a learning experience for these guys, and what an opportunity for them to be involved in a real special game. With Ovechkin, Gretzky in the building, one of the greatest of all time. So, again, I just, I hope the players kind of understand the magnitude of what's going on here in this game tonight in the history of the NHL. But great period by the Hawks. Young guys, as you said, John, not overwhelmed one bit.
All right, 1-1 is where she stands after 20 minutes. Charlie Romeliotis is standing by. He's got a full intermission report for you good folks. It's going to be followed by second period action back here in D.C. with the Hawks going the other way. They're going to be going from our right to our left to start and play the second period along with 21 seconds of power play time. So we'll see how it all develops. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
As the official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks, Enterprise is ready to go the extra mile. They're dedicated to the most dedicated fans in the game. And with Enterprise on your team, you can move forward with confidence, knowing they've got your back. They're always available with mobility solutions, whether you need a rental replacement, truck, or even tailored business strategies. At Enterprise, your goal is their goal, and they're ready with the assist.
We don't just plan a private event. We create one-of-a-kind private dining experiences you'll never forget. This isn't the back room of a restaurant you've been to before. It's the next level of private dining and corporate events. At the Captain's Room, we set the stage for truly bespoke and unforgettable gatherings. Whether it's an intimate dinner with family and friends, a corporate event to celebrate your business's success, or a curated wine experience, we deliver 5-star hospitality the way it's supposed to be. Every detail carefully noted, nothing overlooked. The finest in private dining, filling the gap in what's been missing in Chicago's fine dining scene. A wide-open chef-led show kitchen, a sommelier-curated wine vault, a space designed to exceed your expectations. It's Chicago's worst-kept secret. Very private, very exclusive, and all yours for the evening. Just minutes from Oakbrook Mall. Book your experience at captainsroom.com. The Captain's Room. Never settle.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
100 years in the making, one season to witness it all. Blackhawks full and half season ticket plans are on sale now for next season at blackhawks.com/membership. Be there as the Blackhawks celebrate a century of hockey in Chicago, honoring the moments that built this historic franchise and looking ahead to the future With a Blackhawks membership, you get more of what matters, more unforgettable memories, more can't-miss moments, and more Blackhawks hockey. Don't miss this milestone season. Secure your seat in Blackhawks history today at blackhawks.com/membership.
Intermission?
Intermission already? It's time for an intermission update. Here's Charlie Rebelliotis.
20 minutes is in the books at Capital One Arena in Washington. We got a 1-1 score between the Blackhawks and Capitals. Alex Ovechkin found the back of the net for Washington. 893 now, 1 away from tying Wayne Gretzky's record and 2 away from surpassing him. And the great one is in the house tonight in Washington. Pretty epic reaction by the fans coming that early in the game. A goal to be scored in the first 5 minutes, it was plus 160. And so Alex Ovechkin scored that less than 4 minutes into the hockey game. Those odds are according to Circa Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. A very light NHL schedule. So a lot of eyes are going to be on this Blackhawks Capitals game as Ovechkin's pursuit of Wayne Gretzky's record narrows down to just 2 goals. The Detroit Red Wings are currently hosting the Carolina Hurricanes. In the first intermission, the Red Wings are up 2-0. Marco Kasper and Ben Sherratt have the goals for Detroit. The Red Wings, by the way, are 4-11-1 over their last 16 games. So they are in the thick of trying to battle back into the second spot of the Eastern Conference playoff race. Seems unlikely, but we'll see what Detroit pulls off in the final few weeks of the season. And then the Minnesota Wild are in New York tonight to take on the Islanders. It's a 0-0 score so far. That game was 6 minutes left in the first period. The Islanders are 0-4-2 in their last 6 games, 7 points out of a wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. So it doesn't look like they're going to get in because of this winless skid. And also the Minnesota Wild are clinging to a second wild card spot in the Western Conference. So we'll see if they can toy around with potential seeding there. Elsewhere in sports, over in baseball earlier today, the Chicago Cubs won their home opener at Wrigley Field, 3-1 over the Padres. Shota Imanaga fired 7.5 innings, pitched 1 run, and striking out 4 in the victory for the Cubs. And the White Sox lost to the Detroit Tigers 7-4. Brooks Baldwin knocked in 2 runs for the White Sox. And then over in the NBA later tonight, the Chicago Bulls are hosting the Trail Blazers. And finally, over in college basketball, Northwestern announced earlier today that they've reached a 5-year contract extension with head coach Chris Collins. Collins led Northwestern to their only 3 NCAA tournament appearances in program history. Meanwhile, in Washington, Hawks and Capitals are tied 1-1 at Capital One Arena. We'll take a quick break, then bring in Troy Murray to help us recap the first 20 minutes. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
The Lisa Dent Show, weekdays 2 to 6 on WGN Radio.
Lost your health insurance? You might be eligible for a special enrollment period on the Get Covered Illinois Marketplace. Get Covered Illinois navigators are ready to help you enroll in a quality, affordable health plan with essential benefits to cover prescription drugs, hospitalizations, maternity care, and much more. You might even qualify for financial help. Go to getcoveredillinois.gov. Your health coverage starts here.
What's up, Blackhawks fans? Enjoying the game should be easy, so don't overthink it. What to wear? Done. Just toss on your lucky jersey. Don't know what to serve your friends? Easy. Pick up some pizza from your go-to and grab some Bud Light to stock your fridge. See, it's that easy. Just like Bud Light, which is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Give people a place to gather and make fire the focal point of your home again. With a majestic fireplace or insert, you'll enjoy the warmth and ambiance of fire with contemporary style and the latest technology. Whether you're looking for wood, electric, or gas, indoors or out, Majestic offers a broad range of sizes and styles. Visit their showroom on Bowes Road in Elgin or call for a free estimate. 847-741-5903. 847-741-5903. House of Fireplaces, giving you a warm feeling since 1953.
For breaking legal news on the hottest issues, tune into Legal Face-Off on WGNradio.com, hosted by Rich Lenkoff and Tina Martini, and brought to you by McCorkle Litigation Services.
First intermission at Capital One Arena, and the Blackhawks and Capitals are knotted up at 1-1. Let's head over to Capital One Arena and bring in our guy, Troy Murray, to help us recap the first 20 minutes. Troy, I know Washington got the first goal of the game, but Hawks had a pretty decent start those first few minutes. But it was Alex Ovechkin getting the first one for the Capitals, and that was an electric way to start this game.
Yeah, the one thing I liked, it was a good start by the Hawks, and you got a little bit loose on your coverage with Alex Ovechkin on the ice. And, the way that Ovi scored that goal, he drove right down to the goal line, right next to the post, and then he backed away from that area into that little soft spot. And Rinzel just didn't close that gap quick enough, and as soon as you kind of left that, Vlasic went in behind the net. So there should have been a little bit of a switch there, and you leave Ovechkin wide open there to take that quick shot. Actually, they're showing it on TV right now, or on the Jumbotron right now, and he just had his eyes on that top corner. What a great shot by Ovechkin. But I like the way that the Hawks handled the next few shifts. It didn't get out of hand, didn't get out of control. There was a lot of energy in the building, obviously, when he scored that first goal. So he wanted to take that away, and I thought that the Hawks responded with some quality shifts after that. And then finally, later on in the period, Bertuzzi ties the score up.
Well, it's funny because going into this game, it was like, all right, he needs a hat trick. It's probably unlikely he gets it. And then he scores so quickly, less than 4 minutes in, and you're like, oh, boy, this is a realistic possibility now that he could do it.
Yeah, that was the thing. And a lot of times, Ovechkin, when he scores early in the game, he really gets engaged. He gets involved in the game, and that's what you didn't want to have happen. And it was one of the keys to the game, just keeping your eye on Ovechkin. And you got to be really disciplined. Don't give the Capitals an opportunity on their power play, because that's where Ovechkin really thrives, on that left wing face-off spot. But I really liked what the Hawks did. Ovechkin so dangerous when he's out there on the ice. I mean, this could have really gotten out of hand, but I thought the Hawks handled it well. Took some of the energy out of the building. If the Caps follow up with another quick goal, this could easily just slide away from the Hawks. But I thought that the way they responded after that Ovechkin goal was excellent.
I was just going to say, Tyler Bertuzzi scoring his 21st of the season, that restabilized things for the Blackhawks after a nice first few minutes.
Yeah, and it was the youth and the speed that set up that goal, with Nazar taking it down the wing. Now, that wasn't the direct play of how they scored, but he got the puck in deep, and then they worked it down into the other corner. They won a couple puck battles. Nice play by Slager to see that Bertuzzi was on the other side of the net, put it right through the top of the crease area. And Bertuzzi, all he had to do with the goaltender there, Lindgren was there, but the pad wasn't, was down along the ice there. All Bertuzzi's got to do there is elevate that puck, and he did, up into the top corner, 1-1 game.
All right, good stuff, Troy. We will talk in the second intermission.
All righty.
All right, Hawks and Capitals are tied 1-1 through 20 minutes of play. We got more Blackhawks hockey coming up next on 720 WGN.
Property managers and GCs use FinishingChicago.com's contractors for finishes and protective coatings in the most iconic venues, interior spaces, and essential infrastructure. Our painters apply industry-leading commercial and industrial finishes inside and out, so your biggest assets always put their best square footage forward. FinishingChicago.com has your free list of painting, wall covering, glass systems, drywall finishing, and signage contractors. For a great finish, start with FinishingChicago.com.
College basketball's biggest tournament is here. Bet like a pro. Circus Sports Illinois offers high limits, tight money line splits, and real competitive odds. Sports betting the way it should be. It's easy with the world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips. You can bet on your favorites to win, but maybe there's an upset that will pay out big. Fast deposits, quick payouts, nonstop action. Download the Circus Sports app today. I use it. I love it. You will too. Circus Sports Illinois, sports betting the way it should be.
Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand, but your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com.
Football teams have a plan for every game, and they need their game plan to be foolproof. Leave nothing to chance. Hey, speaking of plans, what's your retirement plan? Is your plan foolproof? Do you have one? Wouldn't you feel better if you had the peace of mind of having a strategic protect and grow retirement plan with TJ Stearns? Call 800-640-2256. Get your plan with a certified financial planner. Call 800-640-2256. Get your protect and grow plan. Sponsored by my guys at TJ Stearns.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, Club Citgo saves you money on every fill-up, like 3 cents off every gallon every day. When you start with Club Citgo, you're good to go.
The second period is next.
The second period.
Here for a recap is Charlie Remeliotis.
The Blackhawks and Capitals are on the ice for the start of the second period. It was Washington that got on the scoreboard first, thanks to Alex Ovechkin, 3:52 into the period. But 10 minutes later, Tyler Bertuzzi responded for Chicago with his 21st of the year for the Blackhawks.
Bertuzzi to Nazar back in the net. Leaving it there. Slager handles it in front. Bertuzzi shoots. He scores! Great work by that line with Bertuzzi on the finish. Knocks it into the top shelf past Lindgren. And the Hawks have now tied it at 1. Nazar setting up Slager, who set up Bertuzzi with a goal mouth feed. And Bertuzzi buried it into the top shelf. 1-1 is the score.
For every Blackhawks goal, Marquette Bank is donating $80 to a local charity to celebrate 80 years of neighborhood banking and giving back to the community. 21st goal of the season for Tyler Bertuzzi. That means he pulls into sole possession of second place on the team with 21. Ryan Donato has 29, leads the way. Connor Bedard right behind him at 20. So we'll see if the Blackhawks can capitalize on that, the first period goal by Bertuzzi. 21 seconds of power play time as we head back over to Capital One Arena with John Weideman and Troy Murray.
Charlie, the teams are on the ice surface. And second period action dead ahead. 1-1 the score. The Hawks will have 21 seconds of power play time with which to work, along with a fresh sheet of ice. And Joe Veleno on draws, Troy. I don't know if you and Charlie had an opportunity to talk about this, but 3 for 4, and he's got the Hawks kind of out in the lead so far on draws, 8 of 14. Veleno having a pretty strong night. It's good to see. I know he's been leaned upon to take a lot of the draws for this team. So here tonight, so far, things going his way. Here we go with the second period. The drop of the puck at center ice. Nick Dowd wins this face-off for Washington, and we're underway. Faravari dumps the puck down the right side boards and down behind the Hawk net. Nazar digs it out, lost it to Dowd, far corner. He is checked by Rinzel and goes down. Sweeping in to get the puck is Korchinski, carrying behind the net. Gave it to Rinzel, to Patrick Maroon, into the Capital zone at the left point. Tried to drop it down the boards. This is picked off by Carlson, who clears the center ice, and the Caps come to full strength. Nazar into the Capital zone to Oliver Moore, to Nazar in the slot. Shoot, he scores! Sweet setup there by Oliver Moore from the right wing circle of Frank Nazar, all alone in the slot. And he snaps it over the shoulder of Lindgren for his 8th goal in the season and a 2-1 Hawks lead, only 31 seconds into the second period.
Well, I thought Nazar would be one of these guys that maybe just sprung loose tonight. A goal and an assist, carries the puck over the line. Nice little feed over to Oliver Moore, who picks up his first point of his NHL career. Everybody stayed on side. The big rig will get the secondary assist, I believe, on this play, as it factored into all 3 of the forward positions. Good feed by Oliver Moore and good finish there by Frank Nazar. He's been snake bitten for quite a while here, and that's a big one for him.
So Nazar from Moore, as I told you, 31 seconds into the frame, and the Hawks with their first lead of the game. Inside the Hawks zone along the near boards, Pierre-Luc Dubois was pushed off the puck by Connor Murphy. Kevin Korchinski in the near corner to the puck, spins it behind the net. Ilya Mikheyev carries it in front of the Hawk net, nearly stripped of it there, but now he frees himself and carries through center ice and into the Capital zone. We get a whistle as this play is whistled down on an offside. Connor Bedard was attempting to straddle the Capital blue line, and it looked like he got pushed into the Washington zone, and the offside is called. No interference called. Face-off will come out of the Capital zone to center ice.
You just got to like what you're seeing from Nazar. He just gets better and better, more confidence. Anytime you see him, when he figures out how to score, He's got good hands. He knows what to do. But when he figures out how to put the puck in the back of the net on a consistent basis, boy, he's going to push people back.
I've made the comparison between him and former Blackhawk Patrick Sharp. And Sharpie had the propensity for being able to snipe. And Sharpie had a personality, too. So does Frank. So maybe we'll see that all take place in the coming days. At the Capital blue line, Nick down to the puck. Will spin it on the right wing to Duhaime over the Hawk blue line. Down to the bottom of the circle. He centers the puck. Murphy slaps it out of there. Ryan Donato will carry to center ice. Gave the puck to Ilya Mikheyev there. Back to Murphy Hawk line. Over to Korchinski, left wing of center ice. He'll snap it down the boards and in behind the Capital net. Lindgren stopping it back there for Nick Dowd. They put it over to the corner, and then it's shot back in behind the Capital net by Sandin and pushed ahead to center ice by Roy. Hawks get it back. Teravainen at center ice. Then Azar over the Capital line. Bolts down the slot and fires another one. It just goes wide. He didn't miss by much. Inside the Cap zone. Down against the end boards. Takes a check. Moves it to Sandin. He turns it over to Bertuzzi along the left sideboards. To Teravainen, top of the left wing circle. Now to Rinzel, top of the right circle, and he guns a shot over the net off a deflection. Teravainen got it back, high slot, leaving it there for Rinzel. Moving to the right point, sends the puck over left wing circle. Vlasic fires, that goes wide. And then the puck poked out the center ice by Tom Wilson. The Hawks will take it back. Vlasic firing the puck down the glass in behind the Capital net into the far corner. Sandin to the puck to Roy behind the net, passing up the right side, Tom Wilson. Who outlets on the left wing at center ice to Sandin, and he'll flip it down the boards in behind the Hawk net. Puck rolls into the near corner. Kaiser is buried with a body check from Wilson, but moves the puck up the left wing side to Maroon at center ice. Hands it off to Joe Veleno. He'll dump it wide to the right wing corner in the Capital zone, intended for Nick Foligno. Chikrin pushes it to center ice now to Wilson Hawk line. To Van Riemsdyk into the Hawk zone. To Ovechkin cutting across the high slot. Ovechkin dinks and then lost the puck. Then takes it back at the right point, spins it down behind the net. Left shot off in the far corner. Passing up the right wing, Nick Foligno center ice in front of the benches, and he unintentionally shot the puck up into the Hawks bench. We get a whistle stopping play. And Wyatt Kaiser, none the worse for wear. He'll head to the Hawks bench after that big hit by Wilson.
You know, how many times have we seen Kaiser get hit hard, and all he does is he pops right back up there, gets right back into the play, jumped ahead of Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson, one of the best power forwards in the game. He is a big, strong, heavy man at 6'4", 235 pounds. And when he hits you, he's hitting you hard. And Kaiser did a nice job of just forgetting about that, getting back up and into the play.
Inside the Hawk zone now, Eller in the right corner. Passing right point, Carlson. He flings it left point. And a long shot by Farivari was blocked. Carlson got it back at the line. Mangiapane right circle. He fires, kicked out of there by Knight. Follow-up shot by Taylor Radish. He sent a tumbler wide of the net. Carlson to the left wing half boards, Hawk zone. Spins the puck behind the net to Radish. Korchinski leans on him and put him into the corner boards. Radish using his skate to free the puck to himself behind the Hawk net. Put it around Carlson. Left point to Farivari right point. Back over to Carlson, a one-timer from the left circle. Pinball's in on goal, and Spencer Knight stops it with the pad, then covers with the glove as a pile drops on top of him. And poor Spencer Knight, he was face down, and the pile ends up on the back of his head, pushing his face into the ice.
Connor Murphy
looks like he's okay.
Yeah, Murphy's the one down on the ice, and Lars Eller was the guy on top of him. Giveaway by Oliver Moore inside the zone. Just kind of a risky play that was picked off at the blue line, and all of a sudden you're in 100% scramble mode. Spencer Knight did a nice job. He did a nice job of finding that puck through all the bodies that were right down and around him.
Certainly did. Now Bedard facing off with Dubois, who wins this face-off. Carlson for the right point. Floats a shot over the Hawk net off the glass. Alexei Protas along the left boards. Tried to center the puck, picked off by Mikheyev of the Hawks. Over to Donato, then a lead pass for Bedard was a little bit behind him. Capitals take the puck back in their end. Carlson with a pass along the right boards into the Hawk zone. Eludes Vlasic, ends up behind the net where Spencer Knight will gather it in and pass ahead to Connor Bedard. Bedard through center ice over the Capital blue line. Down the right wing side, stopping there. Had it stripped away by Leonard. He'll carry back to center and over the Hawk line on the left wing side. Put it to the high slot, intended for Dubois, but that's over his stick. Puck picked up in the near circle, Hawk zone by Ilya Mikheyev, and he'll skate it through center. Over the Capital line on the left wing side, stops, waves it down behind the net, around to the right wing half boards to Bedard. He flings it back in behind, off the stick of Donato, and Leonard will take it out for the Caps. Leonard still looking for his first NHL goal. Into the Hawk zone right wing side, coughed up the puck to Kaiser. Quick pass to Bertuzzi, Capital line. To Teravainen over the line, down the right wing and down behind the net, fed it up the slot. And this ends up deflecting to the right wing circle. Artyom Levshunov there to Kaiser left point. To Levshunov in the high slot. He'll send one down in front of the net. This is picked off by Sandin of the Caps. He'll pass it ahead to Alexei Protas at center ice. To Leonard over the center ice circle at the end of his shift. Dumps it off the left corner boards. Hawk zone. He'll get off on the change. Hawks get the puck back. Kaiser outlets the center ice on the right wing to Teravainen, who handed the puck through his legs, intending for Nazar. It was taken away by Ovechkin of the Caps. To Wilson over the Hawk line left wing side. To the high slot to Chikrin, who drives a one-timer that misses the Hawks net. Kaiser now along the left side boards. Whips it across to Levshunov along the right wing side at the Hawk blue line. He'll step ahead and drive it down the right boards into the Capital zone. This circles the Capital net and ends up the near side to Ovechkin, to Chikrin in the corner. And then back to center ice to Dylan Strome, the former Hawk, into the Hawk zone. Drops it off Wilson left point, down to Strome left wing corner. Fed it up the slot, Ovechkin, then to Wilson. He fires, and Foligno laid down in front of that shot and blocked it. And the puck is spun to center ice by Veleno and down into the Capital zone. When Nick Foligno paid the price right there, but kept the score where it is. Chikrin now, Capital line left wing. Flips the puck through the air and across to the near side boards in the Hawk zone. Connor McMichael chasing Kevin Korchinski, who sent the puck behind the net up the far side. Murphy tried to clear the zone. Held in by the Caps. Faravari, a shot from the high slot, was blocked in front. Murphy sent it up the right wing side to Maroon. Tried to clear the zone. Taken away by Nick Dow. Dow from the slot fires over the net. Here's McMichael to the puck in the right corner to Dow. High slot fires. Blocker save made by Knight. Duhaime at the left point. To Dow, high slot. Tried to snap a shot on goal. Blocked out high by Veleno. Now a shot from the right point by Faravari. Goes through the Hawk crease and wide, and it bleeds over the blue line to center ice. Dowd could not hold it in the zone. Dow flips it back to the Capital line to Faravari. Head to Connor McMichael, racing down the right wing Hawk zone. Tried to jam it on goal from a tough angle. He's pushed in behind the net with the puck by Korchinski, but the Caps get it back. McMichael, top of the left wing circle. Set by a check, moves it to the front of the net. They score! McMichael flipped the shot on goal. Knight looked like he made the initial save, but the puck leaked through his equipment, and Martin Faravari was there to poke it home. And again, we're tied, this time at 2.
Long shift, caught your own into the ice. We just didn't have enough gas to finish off this play defensively, and real nice move by Connor McMichael. Little toe drag past big Patty Maroon. Shot gets in. Spencer Knight just can't find it. It falls. It finds its way in behind him, and that's the defenseman inside the net. Faravari picks up his 5th of the season. We got a 2-2 hockey game. Just a bunch of mistakes from the Hawks end of the ice on that shift.
So Faravari from McMichael, the goal at 7:09 of period number 2. Now in front of the Capital net, Kurashev shoots, he scores! Off of a broken play, the puck bounced from behind the Capital net, and there was Philip Kurashev in front. And he fought off one of the Caps and slapped it past the goaltender, Lindgren, and the Hawks reassumed the lead at 3-2. Great response by the Hawks.
Yeah, boy, that's a real good response. Blackhawks actually lose the draw here, but Washington coughs it up, and Oliver Moore works his way in. A great save right off the bat. Off a little redirect from Slaggert, he went to the front of the net. And then Kurashev follows up this play and just bats it in. Lindgren just couldn't regroup after that little redirect. I think he thought he had it the way that he reacted there, but it was loose in front. A good job by Kurashev back in the lineup.
For Philip Kurashev, that's his 9th goal in the season, Troy. I've lost all track of time. Do you know what time it is?
Yeah, time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal of the season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila. I was looking at the numbers. I think it's his 7th goal of the season for Kurashev, not his 9th. But
Kurashev again into the Capital zone, right circle. Stops and flips the puck in front of the net for Oliver Moore, but it was over his stick. Capitals get it back. Protas to center ice. Send it in over the Hawk line on the left wing. Dubois. He tried to send the puck picked off by the Hawks. Artyom Levshunov. He'll pass ahead to center ice. Ryan Donato. He tried to work his way into the Capital zone, but had a stick lifted. Puck taken away by the Caps. Chychrun sends it down ice. Right wing corner, Hawk zone. And Wilson is hit hard behind the Hawk net by Wyatt Kaiser, who returned the favor. Hawks get the puck back. Here's Levshunov with it along the left side boards. The Kaiser between the circles. He'll leave it there for Artyom Levshunov. Then to Kaiser at center ice on the right wing. He slings it down the glass and in behind the Caps net up to the near side. And Roy will poke it behind his net. Wilson along the left sideboard. Stripped of the puck by Ryan Donato. Connor Bedard in the right wing corner is checked. Capitals get the puck back and clear their zone. Dylan Strome to the Hawk blue line. Stepping up was Levshunov to check the puck off of Strome's stick. And the resulting play would have been offside, but the Hawks take the puck back. Here's Bedard over the center ice circle. Pulls up in front of the Hawks bench and waves the puck down the boards behind the Caps net. Lindgren out to stop it, put it into the far corner. Carlson then coughed it up behind the net. Bertuzzi tried to send the puck taken away by Carlson of the Caps. And to Ryan Leonard through center ice. Boston College product over the Hawk blue line, left wing side. Tried to send the puck. This hit the skate of Murphy and ricochets back down ice into the Capital zone. Fairvary in front of his net. Passing up the left wing side. This is cleared across the rink by Dowd into the Hawk zone. Top of the left circle, Leonard fights off a check, but then Bertuzzi falling down, swats the puck to center ice, forcing the Capitals to regroup. Leonard back into the Hawk zone. Top of the right circle. Comes it off the end boards to Carlson in the left wing corner. Sends it back to the line, left point Fairvary to Leonard, right point, back to Fairvary. Long shot from the left point, hits Dowd, who was crowding the front of the Hawk net. And now Spencer Knight will drop on the puck beside the net. As Dowd tried to get to it and jammed the puck on the short side, he was being pushed below the goal line there by Vlasic, and the linesmen jump in. Got a little discussion going on between Vlasic and Duhaime between the circles in the Hawk zone. It looks like that's going to cease and desist. 3-2 in favor of the Blackhawks with 10:06 left in period number 2 here in Washington. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Get cash in a flash for your old or wrecked car today. That old piece of junk car is still hogging up space in your driveway? Do something about it. Global Auto Recycling and Repair will take that rusty old bucket of bolts off your hands today, and you'll get cash in a flash. Family owned and operated, Global Auto has been serving Chicagoland for over 60 years, and they'll pay you cash in a flash to take away that old clunker that's been annoying you for way too long. Call Global Auto Recyclers at 847-608-4700 today. The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council represents 52,000 hardworking professional men and women across Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, and eastern Iowa who earn the construction industry's best wages and benefits. Their professionally trained and highly skilled members are the elite workforces behind the industrial, commercial, and residential projects you see in your state every day. They build lifelong careers that offer life-changing opportunities. Build your future now. Learn more today at carpentersunion.org. That's carpentersunion.org.
Tee up a legendary golf experience at White Pines Golf Club in Bensenville, proudly serving golfers since 1928 with 2 18-hole championship courses. White Pines challenges golfers of every level. White Pines is perfect for outings, events, weddings, and more. Book a tee time now at whitepinesgolf.com, where tradition meets excellence.
Experience the beauty of Bensenville's Fisher Farm. Explore animals and nature, uncover history, and check out the gift shop. Learn more at beevilleparks.org/Fisher Farm.
John Williams, every weekday morning, 10 to 2. Miss a little, miss a lot on 720. Now back to the game.
Blackhawks hockey is back at the United Center this Sunday, facing off against the Penguins. Puck drops at 5 p.m. Only a couple more home games this season, so don't miss the action. Get your tickets now at blackhawks.com/tickets. John Weideman, Troy Murray here at Capital One Arena. We got a good hockey game here. Hawks are playing well. Great response, as you said. 10 seconds after the Capitals tied this game up. Kurashev picks up his 7th of the season. Oliver Moore with the secondary assist. Got 2 assists, his first 2 points in the NHL. Face off to the right-hand side of Spencer Knight. It'll be the Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866-4Seasons.
Now, Oliver, it's kind of in keeping with the way he played in college. He had more assists than goals at Minnesota. more of a setup guy than a goal scorer, but he'll get his first NHL goal. We'll have the pleasure of calling it. Inside the Capital zone, Dubois strips the puck away between the circles, moves it ahead through center ice and over the hawk line to Protas along the right side boards. He's pushed off the puck and then got it back in front of the net. Look out. He sets up the front of the net for Dubois, who then decides to pass over to McMichael, and this pass is picked off by the Hawks. And Vlasic will fling it down ice into the Capital zone. Sandin tops of the circles, moves the puck over to Carlson, who waves the puck to the Hawk blue line. Vlasic is there, and he sends it ahead all the way down. Didn't mean to do it, trying to hit a teammate with a pass. Instead it missed, and icing is the call. Face-off comes down to the circle to Spencer Knight's left.
On that play right there where there was two Washington Capitals deep in the zone, nobody for the Blackhawks defending there. You don't want to take away the instincts of some of these younger players, but right there, Sam Rinzel, he's got to wait till that puck gets out of the zone. He can't take off before you turn the puck over. Exactly what happens there. Now you're caught. You got to wait, bide your time, and then jump into the play if you can get it out of the zone.
Rinzel tried to scoop it out from the far boards in the corner and out of the zone. Strome took the puck away, then lost it, then took it back top of the left circle, fed it over top of the right circle, and then Riemsdyk fires. That's kicked out of there by Spencer Knight. Joe Valeno back of the net with the puck. Sends it to the near corner, picked off by Ovechkin. To Van Riemsdyk, right point. Side steps ahead and fires. And a butterfly save made by Spencer Knight. Tom Wilson in the near corner, hit by Rinzel. The puck comes free, taken by Chychrun, top of the left circle. Put it over to Ovechkin, left wing corner, back to Chychrun at the line. Now in the deep slot to Ovechkin, top of the left wing circle at the office. Send it over to the right circle for Van Riemsdyk. This is off his stick. Chychrun now takes the puck back at the right point. Poke checked away by Donato, who may have a break. Donato into the Capital zone, left wing side. Turns to center the puck. Doubling back was Ovechkin to take it away. And move it down the side of the net. Now Maroon checks Van Riemsdyk. Took the puck away in the left wing corner. Spins it back into the high slot. This deflects into the right wing corner. Oliver Moore is checked. He lost the puck to Chychrun, who moves it out to center ice. And Nick Foligno's got it back for the Hawks. To Moore over the Capital line, top of the left circle. Put it down to the left wing corner, Maroon. He'll spin it behind the net, right wing corner, Foligno. To Murphy, right point. To Korchinski, left point. To Moore in the high slot to Murphy, closing in right circle. He'll fire. Stopped in front. Foligno runs into Ovechkin. Moore gets the puck in the right wing corner. To Korchinski, high slot, long wrist shot blocked. Here's Moore trying to follow-up shot from the right circle. Reaching in with Strome at the last second. Then Moore will fire from the top of the right circle, and that's into the glove of Charlie Lindgren, who holds on. Get a whistle stopping play. 7:39 now left in the second. 3-2 favor the Hawks. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
This is Alex Vlasic, and you're listening to John and Troy on 720 WGN.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Do you have a plumbing emergency? Call Four Seasons. An electrical emergency? Call Four Seasons. A heating or cooling emergency? Call Four Seasons. Same-day hot water tank installation needed? Call Four Seasons. Need a whole home generator? Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. And no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
For 140 years, the Salvation Army has been in Chicago through good times and tough times. With so much uncertainty in the world, we want you to know they're not going anywhere. That's why Sutton Ford and the Matson Auto Mall is assisting the Salvation Army to do the most good. It's their goal to offer a hand up, not just a handout, to struggling families. More than ever, the Salvation Army needs your help. Please go to salarmychicago.org. Help us make a difference tonight.
Clutter taking over your space? Let Junk Luggers help you reclaim it. Junk Luggers is the full-service junk removal and hauling company ready to tackle it all. From single-item pickups to clearing out the garage or removing furniture, Junk Luggers takes care of the heavy lifting so you don't have to. And with a strong commitment to sustainability, Junk Luggers keeps garbage out of landfills by repurposing, donating, and recycling whenever possible. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com. Junk Luggers, saving your space and the planet one haul at a time.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Hawks fan, enter the BMO Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes for your shot at 4 lower-level tickets, an autographed Blackhawks replica jersey, and a spot in an in-game competition for even more prizes. Winners will be featured on the big screen during the final home game of the season. Don't miss out. Enter now before registration closes tomorrow at blackhawks.com/promotions. Well, Blackhawks get a fresh group of 5 out there. Frank Nazar and his line mates. Line change sponsored by Gilkey Windows, the best line of fiberglass windows and doors.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the play of that line here tonight so far. And take away the goals, I thought they've created a lot of opportunities for one another and played some pretty good defense as well. Nazar to the puck over the center ice circle. Took it away from a Cap, dumps it off the inboards, Capital zone, then races in on Roy, and now he checks Roy to the inboards, and now the Caps take exception, and they pile on top of Nazar, and we have what could develop into a line brawl right now. Everybody grabbing hold of everybody else. All 10 hockey players on the ice behind the Capital net. And Nazar just went in to finish his check on Matt Roy. I think the Capitals felt that it was a cheap hit or maybe a hit from behind, and they all pile in. And now you've got Artyom Levshunov and Ryan Leonard, who had paired off and for a moment were having at each other. Well, that's broken up. The linesmen are in as well to try and break things up. They get a whistle stopping play, of course. Kaiser was into it with one of the Capitals as well. All the boys coming in and defending their teammate, Frank Nazar. He's up on his feet, none the worse for wear.
Love to see the fact that everybody jumped in here. The Capitals were quick to respond to this play. Nazar just chips it in there, and he goes hard and maybe gets the skate a little bit, or the foot gets under. And it was just mayhem after that. It was Roy and Kaiser that got tangled up. They were throwing punches. Well, Nick Dowd had come in there, and he was kind of the original guy that started it after.
The only penalty?
Oh, okay. All right. Punches thrown, gloves dropped, and you get a slashing penalty. It's the original one to Nazar.
So as Troy takes his head out of his hands, we'll tell you that the faceoff will come down into the Hawk zone. This will be in the circle with Spencer Knight's left, and the Capitals will go to the power play. And one guess, Hawks fans, one guess who's on the ice right now for Washington.
Yeah.
One guess. Go ahead.
He doesn't do a whole lot, but he's going to stand right in his office there, and that's down the left wing side as a right-handed shooter.
You get another look at that sequence. Nazar chopped down with his stick on Matt Roy's stick, but it seemed kind of benign, and then it looked like Nazar got his feet underneath Roy's feet, and the two of them tumbled into the inboards. I think that's what the Cap players took exception.
Yeah, I guess the referee, with everybody kind of grappling, throwing punches, and wrestling around there, just say, well, we're just going to go with the original one and let everybody else play.
Caps control off the draw. Wilson with the puck behind the Hawk net to Strome in the right wing corner. To Chikrin along the right sideboards. To Carlson right point. Ovechkin in his customary place, top of the left circle. Instead, Carlson drives the puck into the right wing corner, Hawk zone. Foligno flings it out, but not out. And now Vlasic to the puck in the corner. Tried to clear it out. It ends up at the right point. Carlson's got it. Carlson now to Chikrin right point. Now down to the right wing corner with a pass to Strome to Chikrin along the right half boards. He'll stand top of the circle, drop it behind the net or beside the net now to Strome. Back to Chikrin along the right sideboards. He leaves the puck there. Murphy came along, bats it away now to Foligno, and he'll clear the puck all the way down.
So the Hawks did a nice job with that high forward staying right out on top of Ovechkin. Really didn't have an opportunity to move the puck to him. He just kind of stands there and waits for something good to happen, and then when it does, boy, he's got that shot.
Wilson flips the puck into the Hawk zone right wing circle to Strome. The puck now taken away by Kaiser, and he'll clear it across the rink down into the Capital end. Alex Ovechkin back to take it just inside the Capital blue line, passing up the right wing to Wilson. He dumps the puck down in the high slot area, Hawk zone. Sam Renzel right there backing up and clear it all the way down. 38 seconds left on the Cap power play. Ovi leaves the puck between the circles. Capital zone to Dubois. He'll skate it through center and over the Hawk blue line, down the left wing to the corner. Stopping on a dime there. Gave it to Ovechkin, left circle. He fires. It's over the net. Puck rides around to the right point to Sandin. Down to McMichael along the right sideboards. He'll deflect it behind the Hawk net. Renzel pumps it up the far sideboards, not out. Ovechkin now left half boards. The Sandin right point. Now Wilson, top of the near circle. Stripped of the puck by Wyatt Kaiser, who will then clear it all the way down.
Boy, I just like the way that Kaiser's been playing the game. Boy, he competes hard. He's got real good 1-2 step separation.
Ovechkin still on the ice. Caps attack. Ovechkin left circle Hawks zone. Fires a shot that goes wide, and the Hawks are back to full strength. Bedard back the other way through center. Over the Capital line. Left wing side. Drops it over. Kurashev fires, and that hit the post. Loose puck at the left point. Vlasic fires it off the end boards. In behind the net to the right wing corner to Donato. And then Donato is hit there by Roy. Puck comes free. The Caps get it. That's center ice now. Puck taken by Mangiapane. He put it along the right side boards in the Hawk zone for Matt Roy. It was checked by Ryan Donato. Then Mangiapane in the right wing corner. Battling there with Bedard. Nick Dowd to the puck along the right board. Send it back to the right point to Roy. He sends it left point Faravari, who fires. This shot is blocked in front by Vlasic. And then Kurashev will clear the puck to center ice, forcing the Caps to regroup. 4:28 left in period number 2. Hawks with a 3-2 lead. At the Hawk blue line, the puck is spun by Duhaime down the left side boards and in behind the net. Knight sent it around up the near side, held in at the right point by Nick Dowd. Dowd down to the half boards with the puck, leaving it for Taylor Radish. Former Hawk trying to put it to the corner. This is picked off instead by Vlasic. Head to Donato, moving up the left wing. He'll toss the puck down into the Capital zone. He tried to get around Faravari, but could not. Ben Riemsdyk took the puck away. Head up the right wing to Dowd. To Radish into the Hawk zone along the right side boards. He's checked off the puck, and Bertuzzi will clear it down to the Capital blue line. Jacob Chikrin there for the Caps. Passing in front of the benches. And Duhaime is hit there by Levshunov. Hawks get the puck. Kaiser into the Capital zone. Tried to drop it down the slot. Picked off by the Caps. Cleared to center ice by Chikrin. Bertuzzi will swat it back down behind the Capital net. Down to 3:30 left in the second. Hawks with a 3-2 lead. Jacob Chikrin behind the Capital net. Put a pass up the right wing. Van Riemsdyk center ice. Head to Ryan Leonard into the Hawk zone. Stripped of the puck by Levshunov. Over to Teravainen. He'll whip a pass up the right wing to Bertuzzi at the Capital blue line, but the pass was in his skates. And then Chikrin firing it back off the right side boards into the Hawk zone for Protas. He let go to the corner. Levshunov tried to clear it out. Puck taken by Protas. Flips it in front of the Hawk net. Eller mishandled the puck. Eller spins it around out to the left point. Sandin had to back out to center ice with the Caps because of the bouncing puck, and then flips it down the boards in behind the Hawk net. Capitals make a line change. Kaiser to Levshunov between the circles Hawk zone. Passing ahead, Foligno center ice. He redirects the puck off the left quarter boards in the Capital zone. Sandin to it, to Wilson far corner. Hit by Patrick Maroon. They battle to the end boards. Maroon's got the puck between his skates. Kicks it free, Foligno right corner to Murphy right point. Long wrist shot, and that hit Foligno in front. Foligno with the puck in the left wing corner. To Maroon back of the Capital net. He and Wilson re-engage. Maroon put the puck over intended for Foligno. But Sandin will take it away for Washington. Head to Wilson into the Hawk zone. To the left wing corner. McMichael fires from that far corner and goes through the Hawk crease and up the near boards to center ice. And Maroon's got the puck to Foligno. Into the Capital zone down the left wing side. Snaps it behind the net around the Moore along the right side boards. He fires from a sharp angle there. And that's turned away by Lindgren. Carlson behind the Capital net. Checked by Moore, who frees the puck, put it into the right circle. Sandin picks it off for the Capitals. He'll wind the puck behind his net up the near side. Vlasic fights through a check from Wilson, who pretty much impaled himself into the boards and maybe shaken up a bit. Renzel now at the right point. Tried to spin it down deep to the corner. This deflects instead to the half boards. Kurashev fires from there. That deflects wide off of Schlagert's stick. Renzel at the left point. Put it down to the left wing circle intended for Moore. He was bodied off the puck by Dubois.
Yeah, Tom Wilson is really hurting right now. He's just kind of wandering around there aimlessly. Slowly gets over to the Capitals bench.
Now Duhaime into the Hawk zone. Coughed up the puck. Nearly too many men on the ice for the Caps. Spencer Knight with a loose puck beside the net. Will glove it and throw it behind the net up the near side. Radish took it away. Sends it back behind the net. Captured at the left point by Duhaime. He sticks it across into the near corner in the Hawk zone. Hawks take the puck back. Vlasic will fling it to center ice in front of the benches. And Faravari drives it down the glass into the Hawk zone. We're under a minute to play here in period number 2. Hawks with a 3-2 lead. Behind the Hawk net, Duhaime to the puck. Put it out to Faravari, left point. Moves it right point wall. Long shot from there, and a blocker save made by Knight. 45 seconds for the period. Nick down to the puck along the left side board. To Faravari straight away with a drive, and Knight is down with a butterfly save and holds the puck. pushing and shoving then ensues at the top of the Hawk crease, and the linesmen are on the scene as well. 39 seconds remain in the second period. It's the Hawks 3 and the Capitals 2. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more too. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more too. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more too. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
When you only want to work with the best in commercial concrete, think Concrete Illinois. Visit ConcreteIL.com, where you'll find the top commercial concrete contractors for your next project. Cement Mason LMCC members are skilled union employees who have the experience, skill, and focus needed to get the job done right, on time, and on budget. There's tremendous value in using skilled tradesmen on your commercial concrete project. To learn more, visit ConcreteIL.com. That's ConcreteIL.com.
At Hyundai, peace of mind comes from quality you can count on. That's why Hyundai vehicles offer advanced safety features to help you stay safer on the road, which led to Hyundai having 9 2024 IIHS top safety picks this year. Peace of mind. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson. Offers end April 30th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Your radio home for the Hawks, Cats, and the NFL, WGN. Now back to the game.
39.6 on the clock here to finish off the second period. Face-off will be to the right-hand side of Spencer Knight. Blackhawks up 3-2. Goals by Bertuzzi, Nazar, and Kurashev. Some real nice play from the youngsters. Oliver Moore with his 2 first points of the NHL, both assists in this game. He's been noticeable. Nazar's been all over the place. Blackhawks have held their own defensively against a really good team in the Washington Capitals as far as offense is concerned.
Hawks with 3 goals. Now Ovechkin in front of the net will fire over the net. One of the Hawks might have gotten a stick blade in there to deflect that high. Teravainen along the left side boards. Clears to the line. Strome took it away at the right point to Ovechkin high slot. He's outnumbered by 3 Hawks. And finally, Bertuzzi skewers it away to Nazar. He'll skate the center and dump the puck off the boards into the Capital zone. We're down to 15 seconds left in the period. Strome to center ice on the right wing. Chips the puck off the boards deep into the Hawk zone. Protas behind the net. Sent it over Ovechkin left corner. He shot it through his legs across to the near side. And Carlson tried to fling it into the corner in the Hawk zone. Murphy's got the puck along the near dasher, clears to center ice, and the horn sounds, ending 40 minutes here in our nation's capital.
Boy, Ovechkin came out of that face-off circle right across. He just bowled his way through a couple of Blackhawk players and got right to the front of the net. Little toe drag go past Bertuzzi, and then he just missed high on the blocker side. But when he gets around that net, boy, does he ever get tenacious. Great goal scorers all have that ability to ramp it up when they feel that they have that opportunity.
Yeah. That's why I'm a radio guy. That and the fact that I can't skate to save my life. But you...
Other than that, you can't skate, you can't shoot. You got a good backhand. So I've heard.
But you, Mr. Murray, had a 99-point season back in the day and won the Frank Selke Trophy as the top defensive forward in the NHL.
Yeah, I didn't want to get 100 because I wanted to be just like Wayne Gretzky. 99.
So there's the true story, folks. The unvarnished truth, Hawks fans. You were waiting with bated breath for that. All right. Shots on goal after 2 periods, favoring Washington 18-17. Each team has had a power play. Neither could score. The Hawks did a nice job in that second period of not only taking the lead 31 seconds into the frame on Frank Nazar's 8th goal on the season, assisted by Oliver Moore and Patrick Maroon, but they answered the Capitals' goal. The Capitals scored at 7:09. And 10 seconds later, the Hawks answered Kurashev scoring his 7th on the season from Slaggert and Moore. And 3-2 is where she stands after 2 periods of play. I mentioned the shots. It's going to be very interesting in the third period because you know the Hawks are going to get a steady diet of the grade 8. I mean, anytime that, the guy's this close to the record, I think it's kind of academic to even talk about it. But I'm going to step out and take a break, and I'm going to let Charlie and Troy talk about that because I think there's plenty to discuss. And then third period action will follow along. Right now, the Hawks are leading 3-2, and if they can close the deal on this game, they'll sweep the Washington Capitals in the season series. Find out in a little while if they can. 3-2 Hawks after 2 here in D.C. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
At the Midwestern University Speech, Language, and Physical Therapy Institutes, they take the time to get to know you. Their student and faculty providers offer unrushed and thorough healthcare. Experience the Midwestern difference for your speech, language, and physical therapy needs with state-of-the-art technology and specialized services. Located just off I-355 and Butterfield Road, visit MWUclinics.com to learn more. The Midwestern University Clinics, your family's home for healthcare.
Most of us have drawers at home filled with items we no longer use or need. But since they might be worth something, we hold on to them. Just be sure to check them out before you throw them out. Ask Brian, the cash man, at Americash Jewelry and Coin Buyers for a fair appraisal and the best cash offer. Brian, the cash man, will pay more than anyone else for your old gold, silver, coins, watches, fine jewelry, sports memorabilia, and more. Get rid of those broken gold necklaces or Rolex or Omega watches you no longer wear. Turn Lalique crystal or bronze statues collecting dust into cash you can actually use. Bring your things to Brian, get an appraisal, walk out with cash immediately. For over 30 years, this family-owned business has been serving Chicagoland, located at 16 West Ogden Avenue in Westmont. Call them at 630-969-9600. That's 630-969-9600. Or visit topcashbuyer.com. For the highest cash paid, visit the Cash Man at Americash Jewelry and Coin. He's always buying.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
Intermission?
Intermission already? It's time for an intermission update. Here's Charlie Rebelliotis.
40 minutes is in the books in Washington at Capital One Arena, and the Blackhawks are up 3-2 on the Capitals, looking to snap a 4-game winless skid after coming oh so close on Wednesday night against Colorado, where the Hawks held a 2-0 lead going into the third period. Unfortunately, let that lead slip away and lost in a shootout. Let's see if Chicago can hang on to this lead in Washington, going up 3-2 in the final frame. A very light NHL schedule. A lot of eyes on this Blackhawks Capitals game for Alex Ovechkin reasons, as he's now 2 goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's record, 1 away from tying with the great one in attendance at Capital One Arena. So we'll see if he finds the back of the net in the third period. The Detroit Red Wings are up 4-2 on the Carolina Hurricanes in the second intermission. Patrick Kane scored his 20th goal of the season for Detroit. That's now his 17th time in his NHL career where he's hit the 20-goal mark. Only one other time where he hasn't, and it was the 20-21 COVID-shortened season when he had 15 goals for the Blackhawks. So another 20-goal season for Patrick Kane. Detroit's looking to win for just the 5th time in their last 17 games as they try to claw back into the Eastern Conference playoff race. We'll see if that happens. And then the only other game going on also outside of the one in Detroit is the New York Islanders, who are up 2-1 on the Minnesota Wild midway through the second period. The Islanders are 0-4-2 over their last 6 games, now 7 points out of the final wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. So it seems like a long shot for them to jump over a few teams and play themselves back into the playoff picture. But they're currently up by a goal against the Minnesota Wild. Elsewhere in sports, the Chicago Bulls are currently down 42-41 against the Trailblazers in the second quarter. And over in baseball, earlier today, the Chicago Cubs won their home opener 3-1 over the Padres. Shota Imanaga fired 7 1/3 innings pitched, allowing just 1 run and striking out 4 batters. So the first place Cubs over in the Central Division. And then the Chicago White Sox lost to the Detroit Tigers 7-4. Brooks Baldwin knocked in 2 runs for the Southsiders. And finally, over in college basketball, Northwestern announced earlier today that they've reached a 5-year contract extension with head coach Chris Collins. Collins has led Northwestern to their only 3 NCAA tournament appearances in program history. Meanwhile, in Washington, the Hawks are up 3-2 on the Capitals. We'll take a quick break, then bring in Troy Murray on the other side of the break. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey Blackhawks fans, this is Jason Dickinson, and you're listening to WGN Radio.
From big goals to bigger hits, FanDuel gives you the chance to cash in on it all. Because right now, new customers who bet $5 get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So download the app and score big all season long with FanDuel, an official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo is the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. KCT Credit Union, now a division of Consumers Credit Union. Visit kctcu.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Hi, it's Lou Manfredini. Preparation is the key to winning. To beat Chicago's weather extremes, choose the best fiberglass or vinyl windows and patio doors from the Gilkey Window Company. Go to Gilkey.com.
Through 2 periods in Washington, and the Blackhawks are up 3-2 on the Capitals. Let's go over to Capital One Arena and bring in Troy Murray to help us recap the first 40 minutes. A good overall solid road effort for Chicago so far as they take a 1-goal lead into the third, Troy.
They've been playing really good. I liked what I've seen so far from them, and they just got to keep it up. I mean, there's good energy. They're making some mistakes in their own end of the ice, but at the same time, it just doesn't seem like it's affected what they're doing overall. And give them a lot of credit. Boy, great response after Washington Capitals tied it up. Kurashev back in the lineup. Replacing Lucas Reichel, and good for him. Like to see that.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity for Philip Kurashev, who wasn't supposed to be in the lineup. Responds 10 seconds after Washington tied things up to make it 2-2 to kind of just harness the crowd, because the crowd started to get back into it after that goal.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want to do, to quiet the crowd. You just that great response, and all of a sudden you're back in the lead again. They've done a lot of good things. They need to tighten up a little bit defensively. Guys like Rinzel and Leshinov are just starting to kind of figure out what they need to do in their own end of the ice. They got to be a little bit more, just hold back a little bit before they jump out of the zone or jump out of position. But overall, I think, this has been a great 2 periods of play so far.
So not a lot of ice time for Oliver Moore, 7 minutes and 8 seconds, but he's got 2 assists in this game for the first 2 points of his NHL career. I think he's been very noticeable tonight.
Again, it's the speed that is very noticeable. Every time he gets the puck in, he just starts motoring, and that's what you're seeing from these guys, the skating ability of Rinzel, the skating ability of Levshunov. We've talked about Vlasic enough and the way that he skates with the big, long strides. Korchinski's not a smooth skater, but he's got a lot of speed. Slaggert showed what he can do a couple times out there. Oliver Moore's got the good speed. Nazar, maybe the best player on the ice so far through 40 minutes.
I was going to say Nazar, a goal, an assist. He's got 2 penalty minutes, half scrum. So I don't know if that qualifies as a Gordie Howe hat trick. I don't think it does, but he's been noticeable in this game too.
Yeah, and we were all. I walked out during the intermission here, down where everybody's kind of gathering during the intermissions, and they're all talking about all that stuff that was going on, and all there was one slashing penalty given out. So it was kind of crazy.
And I don't even think it was a slashing penalty. It looked more like a trip.
Yeah,
if there was going to be a penalty.
There was really not a slash on there, but I guess you had to call something with all that going on there. And rather than try and figure it out and put everybody in the box, they just said, okay, well, one slash and that's it. Let's move on.
I think Washington.
That's old-time referee right there.
I think Washington, they're getting ready for some postseason hockey too, especially the other night on Wednesday. 114 penalty minutes in the last 7 minutes against Carolina. They're feeling feisty right now.
Got a little bit out of hand. I think they're frustrated the way that they're playing is what's going on right now. They know that they need to be better, and if they're going to be successful in the postseason, they got to start cleaning up their game. If you look at their last 5 games, 1-3-1. They're not playing well right now, and maybe this has, as we talked in the pregame show, has a lot to do with the Ovechkin situation. Everybody's focusing on that, and it's disrupted, what they had inside the room. As soon as they can get that over, then they can kind of rebuild and reset heading into the postseason. But previous to those last 5 games, they had won 9 out of their last 10, so they were really hot, and then all of a sudden they just are not playing it, and it's got to be something to do with, as Ovechkin here gets closer, he's got goals in now 4 straight games. And so he's been lighting it up here a little bit, but the team game is taking a hit.
All right, good stuff, Troy. We'll talk to you after the game.
All right. Thanks, Charlie.
All right, the Blackhawks are up 3-2 on the Washington Capitals. Got one more break, and then we'll set up that third period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
WGN. Lost your health insurance? You might be eligible for a special enrollment period on the Get Covered Illinois Marketplace. Get Covered Illinois navigators are ready to help you enroll in a quality, affordable health plan with essential benefits to cover prescription drugs, hospitalizations, maternity care, and much more. You might even qualify for financial help. Go to getcoveredillinois.gov. Your health coverage starts here.
How many people can say they've had part of their spine removed? Well, me for one. I'm Jeff. And though it sounds impossible, that's what my team at Northwestern Medicine did. I had a rare spinal bone cancer, which brought my neuro-oncologist and neurosurgeon together to create the treatment plan that saved my life.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Jeff's team took on and treated his 1-in-a-million condition. They removed a large section of his spine and the tumor in one piece because spilling just one cell would risk spreading cancer throughout his body. They then rebuilt his spine with a metal frame.
I was in surgery for 14 hours, but that's nothing compared to all the time I've gotten back.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
What's up, Blackhawks fans? Enjoying the game should be easy, so don't overthink it. What to wear? Done. Just toss on your lucky jersey. Don't know what to serve your friends? Easy. Pick up some pizza from your go-to and grab some Bud Light to stock your fridge. See, it's that easy. Just like Bud Light, which is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Got an old car taking up space?
Call 847-608-4700. Global Auto Recyclers will haul it away and pay you cash in a flash.
The third period is next.
The third period.
Here for a recap is Charlie Remeliotis.
The Blackhawks and Capitals are about to hit the ice for the start of the third period. Got a fun game over at Capital One Arena. The Ovechkin scored the first goal of the game. Tyler Bertuzzi responded back for the Blackhawks later in the first period. And then 31 seconds into the second, it was Frank Nazar scoring his 8th of the season.
Nazar into the Capital zone. Oliver Moore to Nazar in the slot. Shoots, he scores! Sweet setup there by Oliver Moore from the right wing circle of Frank Nazar all alone in the slot. And he snaps it over the shoulder of Lindgren for his 8th goal in the season and a 2-1 Hawks lead, only 31 seconds into the second period.
For every Blackhawks goal, Marquette Bank is donating $80 to a local charity to celebrate 80 years of neighborhood banking and giving back to the community. That's a multi-point game for Frank Nazar, who has a goal, an assist, also has 3 shot attempts, 2 of them on net. And how about Oliver Moore with 2 assists in this game for his first 2 points in the NHL, hopefully the first of very many in a Blackhawks sweater. We are now heading into the third period. Let's finish the game strong. Sponsored by Finishing Chicago. For commercial painting, wall covering, drywall finishing, or glazing contractors, go to finishingchicago.com. Back over to John and Troy at Capital One Arena, where the Hawks are looking to snap a 4-game winless skid.
Absolutely, Charlie. Your lips to God's ears. We were just visited in our booth by a great Chicago area native, Kenny McCudden, who is the skating coach for this Washington Capital team. Old friend of ours, and just great to see Kenny whenever we bump into him. He's looking good. He's enjoying life in Washington.
Yeah, he was. He actually was a stick boy when I first came into the NHL. And funny guy, great guy. And has really worked hard in his craft. He worked in the Chicagoland area teaching skills sessions to some of the key players. And then all of a sudden, word got around the NHL, and he ended up getting a lot of NHL players that went with him. And all of a sudden, it's like, well, who's this guy? And John Tortorella, I got to give him a lot of credit, gave him an opportunity in Columbus, and now he's sticking around the NHL, and I think that he will. He's just a good guy. He works hard, and he knows what he's doing.
Sure does. Well, we're underway here in the third period. Ovechkin is on the ice to start the frame, as you might imagine. Face-off won by the Capitals. Chychrun clears the puck to center ice. And Alec Vlasic will take it back into the Hawk zone in the near corner and drop it off to Nazar. He carries behind the Hawk net, moving it up the left wing side. Teravainen at center ice, passing the puck across the rink. Vlasic tried to bat it ahead for Nazar, but it's taken back by the Caps and now taken back by the Hawks. Teravainen left circle, shot it across in front of the net, intended for Bertuzzi. It eludes him, though. Renzel, right point to Vlasic, left point to Teravainen, left circle, snaps it in front of the net, comes through to the near side to Renzel. He tried to drive the puck on goal. Nazar now from the right circle. Sends it in front of the Capital net, and it pinballs away to the far corner. Bertuzzi's got it, put it in front. Teravainen to Nazar. He'll fire from the left wing circle, and Lindgren down with possibly the save of the game right there.
Boy, this line has really created some good opportunities, moving the puck around, using the speed that they have there. Bertuzzi disrupting things around the net. Teravainen using his hockey sense right there. A nice little touch pass back to Nazar. I think Nazar has been the best player through 40 minutes on either side of the equation.
Draw to the right of Lindgren. Donato is going to step in and take this draw against Nick Dowd of the Capitals. Capitals have won 7 times when trailing after 2 periods in any game this season. They've only trailed going into the third period 26 times out of all the games that they've played. Now the Capitals get the puck off the draw. Duhaime to the Hawk blue line on the left wing. Will spin the puck down behind the net for Dowd. He was checked off the puck, however, by Kevin Korchinski. Puck lays to the inboards. Bedard fell on top of it, then got back to his feet, looked around him, didn't see anybody, but the puck was there, and he went, oh, well, let's pass it ahead to center ice, and he did. To Donato. He flips it across the rink to Murphy, front of the penalty boxes, who drives it down into the Capital zone. Caps clear therein as Duhaime shot the puck to the Hawk blue line. Wyatt Kaiser there to receive it. To Levshunov to center ice. Dumps it off the right corner boards and down behind the Capital net. Lindgren stopping it there for Martin Farivari. Passing up the left wing to Pierre-Luc Dubois at center ice, and he sends the puck down the boards into the Hawk zone. Around up the far side, Alexei Protas at the right point. Put down to the corner. And Connor McMichael shot it back to the line. Martin Faravari there. Spins it back in behind the Hawk net. McMichael there. Feeds it up the slot. Faravari, a long shot. Blocked in front of the net. And I don't know if Knight got a piece of that or not. Might have been Levshinoff that blocked it. Either way, the Hawks gain control. More to the Capital line. Flinging the puck down behind the net. Picked off by Roy. Head to Dubois, across the Hawk line to Faravari, left circle to the slot for Protas. A one-time snapshot is kicked out by Knight with a left pad. Then Riemsdyk left point, spins the puck down behind the net. McMichael tried to bring it around in front. Oliver Moore met him and took the puck away to Sam Rinzel behind the net. Passing up the left wing side. Vlasic at center ice. Sticks the puck down the boards deep into the Capital zone. Comes around to the near side to Kurashev. To Joe Veleno now right point. Tried to spin the puck down to the corner. Lars Eller broke that up, and then Van Riemsdyk will toss the puck to the Hawk blue line. Rinzel there to get it. Over to Vlasic, Hawk line left wing, then to Veleno over the center ice circle, to Patrick Maroon over the Capital line left wing side. Lost the puck as Chychrun checks it away. Here's Eller into the Hawk zone beside the right circle. Drops it back to the right point, Van Riemsdyk. Hit and knocked down by Maroon. Penalty coming up here to the Hawks. Now here's Mangiapane dropping it in the slot. Chychrun drops it over, and Eller fires from the right circle. That's into the glove of Spencer Knight. 16:51 left in the third. 3-2. Danger, Will Robinson. Face-off ends up in the Hawk zone.
Penalty number 77. 2 minutes to triple.
Here's the penalty call.
Yeah, you heard it right there. It's Big Patty Maroon heading to the box, and this is going to give Ovechkin another opportunity to step out here onto the ice. The first power play for the Washington Capitals didn't generate a whole lot, but it was a really good job on the penalty kill. If you want to take away the shot from Ovechkin and take your chances in other areas, that's kind of what the Blackhawks are doing on that first power play attempt for the Washington Capitals.
Ilya Mikheyev, who has all of the Hawks shorthanded goals this season, 3 of them, clears the puck all the way down into the Capital zone. Carlson drags it out to his blue line and drops the puck back into the Cap zone to the oncoming Dylan Strome. Strome over the Hawk line, fed it in front for Chychrun. He couldn't get to the puck in time. Puck slides through into the near corner. Ovechkin sent it behind the net into the far corner. Foligno given a bump by Wilson. Caps get the puck back. Strome, top of the right circle with a toe drag and a shot. Deflects in front. Oh, they score. Connor Murphy was going to try and play the puck out of the crease and push it to a safe area. And he unintentionally bats it in behind Spencer Knight. It's a power play goal, and the Caps have now tied the game at 3.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see Connor Murphy when he gets a tap on the shin pad from the goaltender, Spencer Knight. Just kind of confusing around the front of the net. Strome gets into the middle of the ice area, gets a good shot away, and the save was made by Spencer Knight. Puck was right there, and Connor Murphy spins around, and I think he was trying to bat this into the corner or whatever he was trying to do here, but he went off Vlasic and turned around, and Connor Murphy goes to play it, and he backhands it past the goaltender. Real nice backhand there by Connor Murphy. Strome gets credit for the goal. Murphy feels bad. We got a 3-3 game. Power play goal.
Here's Nazar now back to center ice and over the Capital line. Gave the puck to Bertuzzi along the right side boards, and he backhands it high down the glass behind the Capital net. Protas carries from the far corner back behind the net, and then passing up the right wing side for Dubois. This pass a little too far, goes all the way down. Levshinoff behind the net, turns the puck over. Look out on the doorstep. McMichael could not get a clean shot away. Paravine into the puck. Will chip it off the right wing boards deep into the Capital zone, but icing's going to be the call here to the Hawks. And Alexei Protas, who became entangled in front of the Hawk net, is now favoring his left foot as he's helped to the Capitals bench. Could be a big loss. That kid is having a great year.
Yeah, I mean, what a pick by the Washington Capitals back in 2019. Connor McMichael, he goes right down the tunnel, hopping his way down there. No weight on his left ankle area. But Connor McMichael was drafted in the first round, 25th overall in 19, and they picked up Protas with the 91st pick in the third round. And he is a monster, as you said earlier. He is 6'6", 250 pounds, and he's got 30 goals on the season. plus 40, which is the second best mark in the NHL coming into the game, and only 24 years of age.
Now Bertuzzi steals the puck in front of the Capital net and fires, and that's into the glove of Lindgren. Boy, he robbed Bertuzzi of a goal right there. Bertuzzi with some good work in the right wing corner in the Capital zone to steal the puck and produce that opportunity. A little stick lift timely on Dylan Strome.
Yeah, Strome wasn't very strong under the stick there, and he looks at the referee, but it was a great little move there by Bertuzzi to lift the stick, strip the puck away, and get right in on Lindgren. Lindgren does a nice job fighting that one off. Bertuzzi's been really good in this game as well. That line, I think, has been the best line for the Hawks in this game.
Certainly been noticeable. 3-3 the score, 15-18 now left in period number 3. Face off in the Capital zone, won by the Caps. Here's Roy with a lead pass up the right wing to Leonard into the Hawk zone, right point. Pushed off the puck there by Vlasic, who nudges it over the blue line to center ice. Faravari for the Caps will fire it back down in behind the Hawk net. Knight stopping it there, moving the puck around to Bedard. It bounces off his stick. Dow took it away. Now to Leonard. He's held in the slot area, Hawk zone by Bedard, who's going to go to the penalty box. And the Capitals go back to the power play. This penalty at 5:07 of period number 3. There's the call.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about Nazar, Oliver Moore, Slager. Valeno's had a solid game. The one guy we haven't talked a whole lot about is Connor Bedard. He's been very quiet in this game so far, and he gets that loose hand, and he just he's got Leonard wrapped up. That was an easy call by the officials.
Capitals' third power play of the game. Hawks get control off the draw. Murphy from behind the net frees himself and fires the puck down ice into the Capital zone. This is nearly turned over inside the line. Dylan Strome, however, took it away from Nick Foligno. And Strome to center ice. Slings it down the left side glass behind the Hawk net over the stick of Knight to the far corner. Tom Wilson there to Strome back in the net. Bank pass to the right point. Now Carlson. Now to Wilson, high slot to Carlson at the line, deep slot, flings it down toward the net, deflects off the stick of Vlasic to the right wing corner, Strome. Put it out to the right point, Chychrun. Chychrun now creeps in top of the right wing circle, drops it down to Strome, back of the net, fed it up the slot. Carlson now drops it over in the right wing circle. That was intended for Chychrun. This eludes him, and the puck deflects off the far boards. Vlasic to Foligno. He'll clear it all the way down.
Mikheyev did an excellent job covering Ovechkin on that play. Actually, Ovechkin went down to the crease area and then tried to get loose a little bit.
Now here's Ovechkin, left circle. Shoots, he scores! That ties the record. Alex Ovechkin with his 894th career goal to tie the great one, Wayne Gretzky. It's a power play goal. And the Capital players are all off of the bench to surround and mob Alex Ovechkin in the corner to Spencer Knight's right. Capitals lead 4-2. We're going to have a little bit of a delay here. And the building is up for grabs, as you might imagine. Alex Ovechkin is now one goal away from setting the all-time NHL record for goals scored. With a lot of hockey left to be played, 13:46 left on the clock.
Just doesn't take much for Ovechkin to put this puck in the back of the net. Great setup for the Washington Capitals. John Carlson has been a teammate of Ovechkin for a long, long time. Blackhawks on their bench giving Ovechkin a stick tap here as he is tied, as you said, the all-time record, 894 goals. And the team's still out there giving him tips, their stick taps. And he takes a little bit of a solo lap, waves up to the crowd, up to his family, I'm sure. Salutes the crowd here. What a moment. And how exciting is this last little bit going to be here? Just under 14 minutes to go. That puck was off Ovechkin's stick in a heartbeat and beat Spencer Knight. Oh, and he's coming back up for an encore. Get the crowd revved up.
Waving his arms like a bird would flap its wings. And cajoling this crowd inside Capital One Arena from over the center ice circle. And now he'll head back to the Capitals bench.
And Hawks coaches applauding. And Ovechkin, crowd here chanting Ovi. Waving up to his family. I'm sure he's got a ton of people in town for this moment, and he's getting caught up in it.
Certainly is. Looks a little emotional on the Capitals.
You bet he is.
Tearing up.
That's about as emotional you'll see Ovechkin.
You see in the...
And Wayne Gretzky.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Ovechkin now standing at the Capital bench, raising his left fist, pumping it into the air, and then patting his chest as if to say thank you to this overflow crowd inside the building. I don't know what the official number is. I would say it's north of 20,000. And Alex Ovechkin, a.k.a. the Great Eight, has now put the Capitals in front 4-3. And as I mentioned, a lot of time on that clock. 13:47. We could witness history.
Every time he steps on the ice right now, after he has tied Wayne Gretzky, every time he steps on the ice, this crowd is going to go crazy. And what a shot it was. Right up in the top corner. I mean, Spencer Knight read the play. He came across, but I mean, just the shot was too good. Simply too good. Tip your hat to Alex Ovechkin.
So for the record, Carlson, as Troy told you, and Andrew Mangiapane pick up the assist. The Capitals now 2 for 3 on their power play, and that's factored into the game for sure. Poor Spencer Knight has done all he can to keep the Capitals at bay here tonight. And now the Caps with the 4-3 lead. Face off at center ice, controlled by the Caps. Sandin at the Capital line. Passing up the left wing side, Brandon Duhaime. He'll spin it down behind the Hawk net. Knight corrals the puck. Put it to Kaiser in the far corner. He is checked by Nick Dow. Duhaime to the puck at the right wing corner, Hawk zone. Nazar lifts his stick. The puck comes free, and now Kaiser's got it. He'll spin it off the inboards to the near corner to Artem Levshinov. Lead pass up the right wing, hits Bertuzzi and deflects down in behind the Capital net. Lindgren winds it around up the far side. Nazar picks it off at the left point, but lost the puck over the blue line. And Duhaime's got it at center ice on the left wing, front of the penalty boxes. Winds the puck down behind the Hawk net. Knight out to stop it. Bank pass up the left wing. Deflects over Bertuzzi's stick to center ice, and the Capitals take it back. Hawks go for a line change. Sandin with a lead pass. Dubois over the Hawk line. Down the left wing to the net. Fires a backhander over top. It was a great move, but he just missed on the shot. Connor McMichael behind the Hawk net with a puck. To Dubois, right wing corner. To Van Riemsdyk, right point. Firing a shot blocked by Landon Slaggert. And now McMichael got it back in behind the Hawk net. Carries out to the bottom of the near circle. Flips it back in behind to Tom Wilson. To Jacob Chychrun, left point. He moves it right point now to Trevor Van Riemsdyk. He'll put it down to the inboards. Wilson circling in to try and get it. Had it plucked away, and Levshinov will now. He's tripped, and no penalty called. Loose puck at the left point. Chychrun fires a shot that goes wide. Van Riemsdyk at the right point. They'll fling the puck down behind the Hawk net. The young Hawks being dominated right now by the Capitals as the puck is shot up the slot by Dubois. Misses all of his Capital teammates and goes down. Hawks get a much-needed line change.
Yeah, Levshinov got caught out there along with Korchinski, and that's just not a lot of experience. And both their players at certain times on that ship lost what they were supposed to be doing positional-wise.
In the left wing corner in the Hawk zone. Kaiser trying to fish the puck free and does, but right to Taylor Radish. Martin Farivari left point, the Carlson right point, long wrist shot. It's gloved out of the air by Spencer Knight, who's had enough of this stuff. He'll hold on. 11:37 left in the third here in D.C. The Capitals 4 and the Hawks 3. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Marquette Bank has been helping neighbors, families, and business owners in Chicagoland for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. When you bank with Marquette Bank, you know your banker. You have access to a team of real professionals to help you make smarter financial decisions. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
Property managers and GCs use FinishingChicago.com's contractors for finishes and protective coatings in the most iconic venues, interior spaces, and essential infrastructure. Our painters apply industry-leading commercial and industrial finishes inside and out, so your biggest assets always put their best square footage forward. FinishingChicago.com has your free list of painting, wall covering, glass systems, drywall finishing, and signage contractors. For a great finish, start with FinishingChicago.com.
For decades, Chicagoland has trusted one name to keep their cars looking great, Mako. And now, for a limited time, get 30% off paint to make your ride shine like new. Need financing? No problem. 0% for 12 months available. See store for details. So call, stop in, or log on to Mako.com. That's MAACO to find a location near you. Mako, America's body shop. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Hey Hawks fans, this is Connor Murphy. Let's get back to John and Troy on 720 WGN.
The only two Blackhawk hat tricks in a playoff game came on April 4th, 1973, when defenseman Dick Redmond and Pit Martin achieved that feat at the stadium in his 7-3 rout of the St. Louis Blues. Stan Mikita had 5 assists, and 2 of Redmond's goals came 18 seconds apart, both team records. This day in Blackhawks history is sponsored by Global Auto Recycling. Get cash for your car or truck today with Global Auto Recycling.
Well, this crowd can't get enough of Alexander Ovechkin, and why would they? He's got the spotlight on him as he skates out onto the ice for another shift here. And kind of poignant, he skates over to a youngster in the corner to Spencer Knight's left, gave a little fist bump against the glass. I'm not sure who that young man is, but I'm guessing that's his son, maybe. Face-off circle to the left of Spencer Knight. Now Ryan Donato conferring with Alex Vlasic for a moment along the left boards. Now he's ready. Face-off to Knight's left. And Donato wins it. Mikheyev slots the puck away to the near boards. Caps get possession. Sandin put it to the slot. Strome fires. That's over the net, around the glass, and back down ice into the Capital zone. Carlson giving chase. Sends the puck off the boards to the Hawk blue line where Vlasic is waiting, and he sends it ahead to the Capital line. And Connor Bedard pokes the puck down to the near corner in the Capital zone. Caps get possession again. Connor McMichael, cap line, right wing side. Sent the puck rink wide, intended for Ovechkin, but this bounces past him, and then Rinzel tried to clear the puck out. Kind of fanned on the attempt. It ends up back at center ice anyway. Connor Bedard's got it in over the Capital line, down the right wing. A tough angle shot goes into the glove of Lindgren, and he'll hold on for the whistle in the Capital crease. Well, now down to 10:56 left in the third. Ovechkin exits the ice momentarily. No doubt we'll see him back on soon.
Yeah, that shot for by Bedard wasn't really going anywhere. Didn't get the full strength of that shot through. As the defender for the Capitals got a stick in there. Good strong stick by the defenseman, and went into Lindgren, and he figured he'd just settle it down. To his left, it'll be the Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866 Four Seasons.
It's going to be Joe Veleno facing off with Nick Dowd, and Veleno wins this draw. Murphy at the right point. Snaps the puck down behind the Capital net. Fairbury hands it off to Nick Dowd now in the far corner. Dowd tried to fight off a check. Had the puck, lost it, took it back, spins it to the line, kept in by Korchinski. To Murphy right point. Snaps it down the dasher behind the Capital net to the left wing corner. Nick Foligno battling there with Nick Dowd. Foligno with the puck. Put it out to the left point. Korchinski to Murphy right point. He'll wind and fire. Tumbles just wide of the Capital net. Foligno on the left wing board. Spins the puck behind the Capital net into the near corner. Brandon Duhaime there for Washington. Moving ahead to Dowd, and he'll backhand the puck through the air down into the Hawk zone. Korchinski on the fly back to get it. Is hit into the far corner boards by Leonard, but the Hawks retain the puck. Korchinski back in the net now. Turning away from McMichael. Put the puck up the right wing side to Nazar. Back to Murphy behind the net. He'll spin it back around up the right side to Frank Nazar. Nazar hit by McMichael. Put the puck to Murphy in the corner again. He flipped it behind the net over to Korchinski. Moving up the left wing side. Shot it ahead. Nazar splits the defense into the Capital zone, but had the puck plucked away. And Wilson back the other way for Washington into the Hawk zone. Now to McMichael, left circle. McMichael shoots, and Spencer Knight down with a butterfly save. Will hold on to the puck, and a whistle will stop play. We'll take a break with 9:37 left in the third. 4-3 Capitals. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Tom Stilling, and you're listening to Blackhawks hockey on WGN Radio.
College basketball's biggest tournament is here. Bet like a pro. Circa Sports Illinois offers high limits, tight money line splits, and real competitive odds. Sports betting the way it should be. It's easy with the world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips. You can bet on your favorites to win, but maybe there's an upset that will pay out big. Fast deposits, quick payouts, nonstop action. Download the Circa Sports app today. I use it. I love it. You will too. Circa Sports Illinois, sports betting the way it should be.
We all want to stay on top of your game, your job, on top of your housework and homework. And after all you've been through lately, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois is here to help you stay on top of your health. But for all of us to stay on top, we have to stop cancer from spreading, stop the increased cases of diabetes, put a stop to hypertension and mental illness in our communities, and get our children vaccinated to stop the spread of other diseases. Blue Cross wants to cover you in care so you can take back the overall health of you and your loved ones. From preventive cancer screenings to proper control of diabetes, high blood pressure and behavioral health management, to prenatal care and child immunizations. Blue Cross and Blue Shield is by your side, reminding you now more than ever, preventive care is imperative care. Find out all the ways you can stay on top of your health at bcbsil.com. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
We have 9.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Capitals up 4-3. Face off in the Hawks end of the ice. Blackhawks get Nazar's line on the ice. Blackhawk line change sponsored by Gilkey Windows, the best line of fiberglass windows indoors.
Draw to the right of Knight. Ovechkin playing the left point. Hawks get control. Renzel moving up the boards. Squeezing a pass head to center ice. Dylan Strome took it away for Washington. Put it back to Chikrin in the cap zone. Head to Ovechkin, left wing at center ice. Tried to pass it ahead for Wilson into the Hawk zone, but this is broken up with a poke check from Vlasic. Back into the Capital zone. Chikrin with a lead pass to Strome, center ice. Flips it into the Hawk end. Vlasic moves it over to Renzel along the right boards. Ahead to center ice now. Pertuzzi over the Capital line left point. Flips it down in front of the net. Goes over the stick of Nazar. Taps the other way. Strome flipping the puck into the Hawk zone down the right wing side. And Wilson runs into Wyatt Kaiser behind the net. Kaiser kicking at the puck. Ovechkin's got company and Levshunov behind the net. And Kaiser tripped up by Wilson. No penalty call. It could have been a potential slew foot. Now the puck fired in from the left or the right wing boards by Strome. Stopped in front, and here's Kaiser the other way. Kaiser to center ice. Flings it down the glass into the Capital zone. Rolls up the left wing side. More there to Kurashev, who bats the puck behind the Caps net around to the right wing boards to Slaggert. To Kurashev back of the net. Kurashev around to the left wing half boards. Will flip it back in behind, intended for Slaggert. Puck taken away by Chikrin. Ahead of Van Riemsdyk. Tried to clear it out, and now Mangiapane will skate it to center ice. Mangiapane over the Hawk line to Eller right circle. Fires a shot. And Knight stopped that with his chest. Loose puck in the far corner. Connor Murphy took it away. Passing behind the Hawk net. Kevin Korchinski moving up the right wing side. Passing to Moore at center ice. Oliver Moore dumping the puck wide of the Capital net. Lindgren gloves it as it bounced off the ice, and Lindgren will hold on. We're down to 7:49 left in the third. Capitals lead it 4-3. Face-off will be inside the cap zone in the circle to Lindgren's right.
So we're in the scenario right now that we talked about at the beginning of the game. What happens if the Hawks pull the goaltender? They're down by one. They're going to have to do it. Down by one. Ovechkin's got 2 goals. You know that he's going to be over the boards instantly in that situation. Does he want to score?
I don't know. He's got
the game.
Go ahead.
No, the goal that will be etched in history into an empty net. I don't know.
He is the NHL's all-time leader in empty net goals with 65. So I guess the question is, you're right.
And the Hawks have been really good with the empty net this year. Tongue in cheek.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for just leaving that alone.
Anybody that would buy that stock, folks, I got some swampland in... Anyway, some beachfront property in Arkansas for you if you're interested. In behind the Hawk net, Spencer Knight watching as the puck contested for. Nick Dowd took it out to Carlson right point, to Duhaime left circle, to Leonard bottom of the left circle. Put it over to Carlson near the right point. He becomes entangled with Donato. Puck rolls down the boards, poked in behind the Hawk net. Nick Dowd's got it there. From Huntsville, Alabama, Nick Dowd along the left side boards. Put it out to the right point to McMichael. Down to Carlson, right corner. Shot the puck into the Hawk crease and slapped out of there by Knight. Over to Bedard. And he'll fling it down behind the Hawk net to the near corner to Sam Renzel. 6:35 left on the clock for the third. 4-3 Capitals. Renzel fakes a pass up the left and said, put the puck, stick back on the puck. And passing up the right wing to Foligno into the Capital zone. Near the right point. Here's Maroon with a poke check, but taken out by Tom Wilson to center ice. Wilson across the Hawk line, drops it off to Dubois. We get a whistle. This play is ruled offside. So 6:17 now on the clock. You can sense the nervous anticipation of the crowd here inside the Capital One Arena.
And from the broadcasters.
Yeah, us too, for sure.
You know, we were talking to the Washington Capitals broadcasters. You know, I mean, they're all obviously pumped up about this. And that next goal, if they can get it from Ovechkin in this game, is just going to be a milestone mark for any broadcaster. And if it happens, we'll be very lucky to be a part of history.
I've been very, very blessed and fortunate just to work one game in the National Hockey League and work with a guy like you. I'll just go ahead and say it. Here now Dubois on the left wing circle, Hawk zone. Turning away to the corner, fed it back to the left point, Faravari. He shot it to the right point to Waugh. And it's actually Nick Roy, I should say. And in behind the Hawk net, Joe Veleno works the puck free. Veleno in the right wing corner. Had it stripped away. Faravari tries to dump the puck in deep behind the net. Foligno took it away and snapped it up the glass. Maroon at the Capital line, left wing side to Levshinoff to Teravainen, cutting in over the line, right point. Fed the high slot Korchinski. He fires. That's blocked by Strome. Maroon to the puck left wing corner. Snaps it behind the Capital net around to the right point. Korchinski there, leaving it for Nazar at the point. Nazar walks it along the blue line, then drops the puck over to Murphy, right wing corner. Murphy cutting in behind the Capital net with the puck to the left wing corner. Then up the boards, then from the left circle, fires, lays in front. Nazar fires. It's just wide of the net. Good chance there for Frank Nazar. In the far corner, Strome takes the puck and put it behind the Caps net. And there to get it, Matt Roy. Check to the end boards there by Nazar, who falls down, but the Capitals get it back. Ovechkin near corner. Passing up ice to Strome. Center ice. He'll flip it back in between the circles. Capital zone. Faravari. Head to Strome to Ovechkin on a breakaway down the slot. He takes the puck in behind the net instead. Ovechkin to the left wing corner. Sets up the left circle. Van Riemsdyk. Now Van Riemsdyk put it down beside the net.
Oh, they're all looking for Ovechkin there, but I don't know why Ovechkin didn't shoot. Deke to the forehand. Got himself in behind the net.
Ovechkin still on the ice at the Hawk blue line. 4:20 left on the clock.
He may play the next 4:20.
Yep. And Riemsdyk to the Hawk blue line left wing. Dumps the puck down to the corner. Vlasic picks it up the boards. Mikheyev will chip it off the glass and down. And icing's going to be the call. We're down to 4:06. And Ovi will stay on the ice.
And Ovechkin had a breakaway. I mean, he was in all alone. It was one-on-one. Everybody in this building automatically stood up. And I don't know why he didn't shoot it. He was looking to go to the forehand. Spencer Knight did an excellent job of just kind of outweighting what Ovechkin wanted to do. And when he went to the forehand, Spencer Knight's pads were right there and forced Ovechkin to go in behind the net. And Ovechkin was shaking his head as he came out.
So Ovechkin now on the Capital bench for the moment. 4:06 left in the third. Still 4-3 Caps. Face off to the right of Spencer Knight. Bedard wins the draw. Vlasic behind the Hawk net. Sticks it off the glass ahead of Bedard at center ice. He got ahead of the puck and then pulls it behind himself. Ahead to his stick. Bedard over the Capital line down the right wing. Tried to flip it in front. Sandin got a stick in there. Now Renzel fires from the right point. That's into the glove of Lindgren, who thought about holding onto the puck for a whistle, but dropped it into the near corner, and Sandin clears to center ice. Ilya Mikheyev's got the puck back at the Hawk blue line. Sends it back between the circles to Vlasic. Down to 3:35 on the clock. Hawks trailing 4-3. Ovechkin, if you just joined us, has tied Wayne Gretzky's record, 894 career NHL goals. Now Rinzel, Hawk blue line. He'll skate it ahead to center ice and over the Capital line. Down the right wing. Got by Chychrun. Rinzel leaving the pass in the slot. Picked off by Chychrun. Head to Tom Wilson. Bank pass off the left wing boards. Goes all the way down, and icing will be the call against the Capitals. We're down to 3:11 on the clock. Face-off comes down inside the Capital zone, and this will be in the circle to Lindgren's. Let's see. To his right.
Well, who was hot? Who was cold? Sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. Alex Ovechkin. He is hot. 894 career goals to tie Wayne Gretzky for the all-time mark in the NHL. Who's hot, who's cold? Sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago.
Kaiser off the draw, put the puck to the left wing corner in the Capital zone. Played back to the line. Murphy's got it there. To Kurashev in the right wing corner. He's got a goal here tonight. Kurashev put it back to the right point. Oliver Moore. He'll skate it down the right wing side. Cuts into the right circle. Backhands it in front. Look out. Lindgren knocked it just wide of the crease. Moore got it back. Feeds it left point. Kaiser walks the blue line. Put it over to Murphy right point. He'll sidestep a check and give it to Kaiser right point. Checked by Wilson, but leaves it for Oliver Moore to Murphy, top of the left circle. Guns it in on goal, and a pad save made by Lindgren. Kaiser steps in front of Wilson to take the puck away, but then Van Riemsdyk took it away, then lost it to the line. Wyatt Kaiser tried to feed it down to the corner. Dubois pushes to center ice. Puck taken back by Slaggert in front of the benches. To Connor Bedard over the Capital line, right point. Moves it down to the right wing half boards to Kurashev. Back to Levshunov, right point. To the deep slot, now Teravainen. To Kurashev, top of the right circle. Then to the right wing corner, Donato. To Levshunov at the line. We'll keep an eye on Spencer Knight. He's moving up between the circles. Levshunov to the high slot will fire. That goes wide. Loose puck in the near corner. Leonard's got it there. Bank pass up the right boards to center ice. Knight is on the Hawks.
Boy, everybody from Washington was scooting over to the bench so they could get Ovechkin on the ice with 1:59.
Now Levshunov had the puck, lost it at the Capital blue line. It's fired down ice wide of the Hawks' empty net, and icing is the call. 1:43 on the clock. Faceoff comes down in the circle to Lindgren's right again. The Hawks have won their share of faceoffs in this game. Clean face-off win here, and timeout will be called to talk about.
You know, I was kind of surprised there. Everybody was going over to the bench, but Ovechkin did not hop over the boards. So we'll see what happens here. And, you know, there was during the last TV timeout, I saw Spencer Carberry go over and talk to Ovechkin. Now, Ovechkin's got his skates over the boards, and he's on the ice right now. You hear the ovation. The fans want it. It'll be interesting to see if Ovechkin stays on the ice, or does Carberry, in talking to Ovechkin, say, hey, if you get to the situation where there is an empty net, I'm leaving it up to you. You want to be out there, or do you not? I mean, he's always been out there, so we'll see. If he's not out there with his 1:43, but they can't get the line change because it was an icing call.
Right.
But next time you get the opportunity, is Ovechkin going to jump onto the ice?
Now, because we have a special circumstance here, I'm going to ask my partner, Troy Murray, in case I don't see it, to say to you listeners, Ovechkin's on the ice. So if you see him hop on the ice and I don't call it, make sure you tell the listeners.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. All right.
You're just giving your assignment.
I got you. Yeah.
Do we need to review?
Yeah. No, okay. We're all good. I'm good.
Face off to the right of Lindgren. Capital zone. Hawks net empty down to our left. 6 attackers for the Hawks. The draw won by Donato. Puck taken away by Leonard. Leonard into the Hawk zone down the slot. Will shoot and score. An empty net goal for Ryan Leonard. And that's his first National Hockey League goal. And with 1:36 left on the clock, the Capitals now lead 5-3.
Look down in front of us here. Half the people are cheering and half of them are going, I wanted to see how Ovechkin to go out there. Now you're going to put Spencer Knight back in net, and I don't know if there's any reason for Sorensen to try and pull him again to get back into this game. They're down by 2. Congratulations to Ryan Leonard. who picks up his first point, his first goal in his third NHL game, led the NCAA with 30 goals this season at Boston College. He is a Hobie Baker finalist for the best collegiate player. So exciting for Ryan Leonard. He gets caps all around. Ovechkin is out on the ice for this last minute and 36. We'll see what happens, whether Sorensen decides to pull him again. I don't know.
All right, 1:30 on the clock now. The Hawks win the draw. Vlasic on the Hawks zone. Bank pass up the left wing for Oliver Warren. Misses. Tom Wilson dumps it down the boards behind the Hawk net. Knight plays it into the far corner. Vlasic. Head to Moore. Turns it over. Strome to Ovechkin. Top of the left circle. Comes a shot wide. And the puck hits the dasher. Actually, it hit the separation piece that separates the boards and the glass. The puck deflected up into the protected net.
So, let's back this up. You remember when they were all going for the wholesale line change? And Ovechkin didn't come on the ice. And then there was an icing call, so he couldn't come on the ice. And then they up scoring into the empty net. But I'm just curious to why Ovechkin did not hop over the boards when they had that line change.
Ovechkin takes the puck off this draw to Farivari at the line. Now Ovechkin left circle shoots. Oh, and that one hit Spencer Knight and deflected up into the protective netting. Dylan Strome saw Ovechkin wide open. I mean, nobody within 15 feet of him, top of the left circle, and fed him the puck. And Spencer Knight made a sensational save with the block.
Ovechkin is shaking his head right now. He's had a couple wonderful opportunities to break Gretzky's record. This one gets fought off by the right shoulder of Spencer Knight. My goodness.
Strome wins the draw. Ovechkin top of the left circle. Shoots. Glove save made by Knight.
And that's a great shot. A great save. Wow.
Clean face-off.
He's lining up along the boards, and it goes back there. He just has to step in one closer to the middle of the ice and lets that shot go. Same formation.
Face off to the right of Spencer Knight, Foligno, and Strome. And Strome wins the draw so decisively that he pulls it out of the Hawk zone and down ice into the Capital end. Slaggert chasing down Carlson behind the net. Carlson, a bank pass head to center ice. Taken away by the Hawks. Oliver Moore dumping it lazily into the right wing corner, Capital zone. Farivari chased into the corner boards by Foligno. Down to 38 seconds left in regulation. Puck is spun out in front of the Capital net. Wilson's got it to Strome at center ice on the left wing with 30. He'll dump the puck beside the Hawk net. Knight out to play it around the glass. Hits Strome along the right side boards. He loses the puck to Vlasic, who moves it to center ice to Renzel. He coughed up the puck at the line. Here's Ovechkin back into the Hawk zone. Left circle. Fires. Glove save made by Spencer Knight, and he'll hold on with 12 seconds left in regulation. 5-3. The Capitals are going to win the game. It's academic there.
We're not even worried about the score right now. It's like that's in the books. But the Hawks didn't get this puck in deep. Renzel turns it over at the blue line, and Ovechkin was just kind of hanging at the far blue line there and cuts to the middle of the ice. Good shot, good low shot. Spencer Knight had to make a save on that one. So now you got Zeller out there to take the draw. Ovechkin sets up in behind him.
Face off to Knight's right. Eller against Nazar. Drop the puck. Hawks get control. Bertuzzi will skate it to center ice. Give the puck to Teravainen over the Capital blue line. Fires a shot high and wide. 4 seconds left in regulation, folks. It's not going to happen tonight. As Eller fires one last shot wide of the Hawk net. Capitals win the hockey game 5-3, and Alex Ovechkin has tied Wayne Gretzky's record with 894 career goals scored. There's a tie atop the National Hockey League for the all-time leading goal scorer, and those two names are Wayne Gretzky and the Great Eight, Alex Ovechkin.
Well, we witnessed something special here tonight, and the Blackhawk players are all out on the ice, and I think they're going to shake Alex Ovechkin's hand as they all line up here, recognizing greatness. And they're going to hang around and have Ovechkin go through and maybe give him a little bit of a fist bump, a little bit of a handshake, and he strips the glove off, so he is going to give him The handshake, and Nick Foligno gives him a big hug to start this line off. And, good for the Blackhawks to recognize what happened here tonight. Special night for Ovechkin. He certainly appreciates it. We've appreciated watching him play over the years. My goodness, what a goal scorer.
All the Blackhawk players, as they shake Alexander Ovechkin's hands, they then follow it up with a hug. And Ovechkin appreciates it. He appreciates any acknowledgement anyway, but loves the game so much. And he is loved by everybody in this building, including Spencer Knight, who gives him a big hug.
A good little moment there.
And his old friend from Russia, Ilya Mikheyev of the Hawks, gives him a big hug and a pat on the head. And now the Hawk players stand in front of their bench, tapping their sticks on the ice to acknowledge Ovechkin's tremendous achievement, 894 goals. He will break the record, Hawks fans and hockey fans, and he waves from standing over the center ice circle here at Capital One Arena, waving to all of the Capital fans here in attendance, and then again skates over to that corner and a fist bump to some young man over in the corner. I believe that's his son. I'm not sure. And another wave by Ovechkin, just soaking it all in as the Hawks exit the ice. Washington wins the hockey game 5-3, and Ovechkin will lead the procession down the tunnel into the Capital dressing room.
And I'm looking down here. Tom Wilson goes over to Pat Maroon to congratulate